Nah, I got more than that in the chat.
What's up? What's up? Yeti microphone and Skype unmuted. Good. What's up, guys? Who do we have?
What's up?
We got the Silver Fox, and we got AKA Epic Eric, and we got Hunter from Zee Baits.
What's going on, everybody?
Z in the house.
Z. And right off the bat, my eyes look bloodshot. It's not because I'm high. It's because I'm tired. Tired, Eric.
Tired.
Really tired. I'm not sure if we're
tired, man.
I'm not sure if we're gonna make it.
Make it at all?
Listen.
I got to do something. Go ahead.
Well, you got to do it right away.
I'm gonna turn down the light a little bit, man. I got this new studio, like trying to be, all
yeah.
prepped out.
You're so proud of that. So he calls me.
Yeah.
Two days ago, he's like, "Hey man, can you Skype real quick?" It's like noon.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, how's the lighting look, man? I'm really excited.
Stepping up my game in studio.
Yeah.
I got one, but I thought it was gonna be too bright.
So we skipped a night. What's up with that?
We needed a day off, man. That's just all there is to it. Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I feel refreshed, man, but you're all bloodshot. What?
My body's used to just functioning at weird hours, staying up until midnight and talking to you guys until 2 afterwards.
But nothing to do with that bottle of wine or Tito's as a side chaser.
I don't think so.
I do think so.
Oh.
That may have something to do with it.
When you get to talking, you don't realize what's going on sometimes.
It's so true, man. I mean, literally each after hours, it was the double dog after hours session. Mm-hmm. And there were a couple nights where me and Travis would just like start doing like Instagram replies, not talking. And I go, dude, what are we doing? And he go, I don't know. And then I go right back for 45 minutes straight, like in some zombie mode, man. Truly, it was zombie-esque.
All right, what do we got for comments? We got a lot of comments rolling in.
Oh, they're rolling, man.
Eric wants to be Eric. Check out Hunter Studio. Smallmouth Chronic is my favorite strain.
Smallmouth Chronic.
I watched Travis.
The Chronicles of Smallmouth.
Travis and his dad fish a 3-man tournament, and he was yelling at his dad.
He can get a little. He kind of got physical with me in one derby. But he was excited, like congratulating me for catching a big one, putting in the live well to add to the 63.3, and then there was the break off subsequently.
We got
and he was not happy. He was like, "Oh man!" And you got real tall, and I thought he was coming on the back deck. We were both on the front deck. I thought I was going down, dude.
Eric looks refreshed. Yeah, we are refreshed. I'm ready to get this thing going. So let me give you a little backstory of my personal experience with Zee Bait.
Yeah.
Never thrown their baits in my life. But I met Hunter.
What?
Yeah.
That's fine. His loss. I'll catch more fish. That's fine.
So I met Hunter back in probably January at a show.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go to all the same shows I go to. So we just started hanging out, talking baits, and next thing you know, I'm digging the bamboo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's the bait that most people are into.
Dude, I'll take your bamboo and raise you one, bro.
Oh, look at that!
And then I'll take your bamboo and raise you on this laminate tube, man.
Okay.
I'm a big laminate tube color guy, so we're gonna talk about that little gem right there during the spawn. Oh man, they get angry at it.
I like this one too. This is one of my favorite ones too.
You know I bought that one, man. But during the spawn, there's something about that color right there that just pisses them off in the bed. I don't know why. Look at that, man. Awesome. It's like Zee Bait poker.
Sean goes, I almost ate that bamboo. It's legit.
Hey man, can I do one more thing? I want to throw a shout out to Sean Lime, man.
Okay.
So Sean bid on some stuff on auction night. He got his baits and he said, "You know what, I'm gonna send you a freaking DT flat out of production 7.
Nice.
In Demon. Sean Lai, man, that's awesome. All I can say. Dude, thank you, man. I don't. This may just go in the museum in like a shadow box.
Jeez.
I mean, I want to throw it. I'll have to get permission from Sean, man, and hopefully score a big one that goes in the box, like the winning fish or something. You know what I mean? That would be epic, man. I got one more shout out. Okay. I have to.
Okay.
So during the crankbait episode, I was talking about one of my favorite colors of all time for crankbaits. If you guys missed it, it's the Ozark Shad. It was a Bill Dance colorway. They don't make it anymore. I've never seen a custom painter do it, but there is one guy that did it, and I got one in the mail today. This is an Edder's flat side crankbait. I don't own any. This would be the only one, and it's Tacklecraft. And let me tell you something. He nailed it. I've never thought I'd be able to get an Ozark Shad painted exactly the same, dude. Bone, purplescent. I mean, are you kidding me? And then he goes ahead and puts the Epic E on the bottom.
That's
Epic
awesome.
Eric signed by Tacklecraft. My man.
Hunter, are you reading the comments? Is that why you started laughing?
No, I was laughing at him being excited about that bait.
Oh, okay.
There's not a super long lag, but it's like just enough.
Right. I just threw a comment up on the screen. Dan goes, at Sean, kind of racist, Travis saying you eat bamboo.
Oh my God. What the hell? And there were a few more things in that Tacklecraft gift pack. Let me tell you, he slung some firewood at me, guys. I threw his square bill, and that square bill with Travis on the St. Lawrence caught the big smallie of the day. First time I threw it.
Guys are asking right away, have you ever seen a Junebug crankbait?
Oh, God, well, let me see if I've got one.
Let's get that out of the way. There it is.
It would be coming out tonight. There you go, Hunter. Junebug crankbait, man.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
That's all for me. That's all I got.
Anyways, back to my story.
Back on topic, back on point.
So Zee Baits
trying to look for those comments. I can't see those comments anywhere.
You can't? Well, keep looking around. Crazy. It's on there, dude. You got it. You have to be able to see the comments, otherwise the show can't continue on. Everybody on the show needs to be reading these comments.
I just reloaded it here.
Top Knot Fishing says, smacked a big bass on Zee Baits first cast, 100.
So not only was I impressed with the baits, but Hunter's a pretty cool dude as well. I've met a lot of bait makers in the past, and I don't get along with everybody. But Hunter makes a team.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising, Travis. I'm shocked.
Anyways, well, let's get into it. What I really want to do is if we can run down, we're going to obviously have a lot of questions for you, Hunter, as we go. But can you give us a little bit of backstory on your company? How long you've been in business? What kind of makes you tick? And then I want to kind of dig into each individual bait that you have, if we could, and kind of talk about different applications and some experience that you have with those baits.
Yeah, for sure. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to try and reload YouTube real quick because I just saw that comment about that Junebug crankbait. That's a long delay. So just from the start, I guess I started Zee Bait Co. I guess it wasn't. We sold the first pack of bait in February of 2016 here in Oaks, Pennsylvania, which is not too far from where Travis actually is. And we've been designing the baits with my friend that I live with now, who some of you may have met if you came to the trade shows. His name's Dom. We designed them ourselves and carved most of them out of wood, which was pretty cool. So we developed them over about a year and a half. Tested them. I should have grabbed one of the original bamboo bombers, which was like 6.75 inch, pretty big.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it was for punching. We still have that mold. Don't really use it anymore. We had designed them for about a year and a half, tested them. Weren't really thinking they were going to do too good. Didn't think much about it. And then, we were fishing in Maryland and Pennsylvania, and we started catching fish with them. And we were like, okay, so let's see how we can get some other people to use these. And I'll start off by saying I had known nothing about making bait prior to this. I mean, I did go to art school, and I had been making molds and kind of pretty good at mold making, 2-part molds. For people who don't know, it's like 2 pieces come together, and then you shoot a material into them, which is how you make a bait. I should have grabbed a mold. Yeah, so I knew how to do that, but didn't know how to make bait. So really, like, in the first year out of college, I pretty much did nothing except for teach myself how to make bait by reading forums online, just the same way you go on, like, Bass Resource, but it was, like, forums on, like, for bait making. And kind of learned it from there, and we designed the baits in-house, like I said, and made some molds in-house, and got them out to some college tournament guys. Couldn't really approach the big tour guys because I didn't have the money. Packaging wasn't very good at the time, and didn't really know much about it besides the fact that I'd fished my whole life. So fast forward about a year, we got some packaging. I don't know if I have any of the old packaging right here. I don't think I do. It's that black packaging that some of you guys have seen, and that's what we sold first. At that show in Oaks, and we pretty much sold out. And I say we sold out. We didn't have a lot of inventory. We had been hand injecting all of them.
Wow.
So if any of you guys have ever made bait or seen someone make bait where they use a little hand plunger and cook everything in the microwave, that's what we were doing. So it took a long time to make bait. And I kind of knew that this was not a way to, like, actually make a living. Like, you really couldn't. It took way too long. So we kept designing all new baits throughout this, but we started with that bamboo bomber that Eric and Travis were showing, which is this bait right here. I don't think I have one out of the package. And then we also had the ribtail worm, which is our 7.4-inch shaky head trick worm style bait. And then, let's see, where's the other one? Oh, right here. Let me take it out of the package. We had the Mudpuppy, which is probably our most unique bait that anglers either love it or don't know even what to do with it, which is that bait right there.
Very unique.
So 7.5-inch. It's one of the only baits on the market that actually has a fully, like, perpendicular tail. So what that does is it swims. So this was, like, our struggle, was trying to get this manufactured. Called a bunch of manufacturers that mill the molds that we make bait with, and no one wanted to do it. Almost had to go to China to do it, just because of how deep the cavity has to go in. So they didn't want to do it because you break a lot of bits when you make the mold.
Interesting.
So, so we brought those 3 baits out. They sold really well. Then I can't even remember. I think in 2016 we only did 1 show. I don't think we went to New York. So Suffer New York's another show we do really good at, if there's anybody from New York. It's a great show. So I started selling the stuff online, did the branding for it, came up with the Z logo. That kind of happened simultaneously with us doing that trade show. Pretty much came together all at the same time. And yeah, it just kind of took off from there. And I just kept constantly doing research to try and make the product better and better and better. I kind of started, I should have said that from the start, I started wanting to make a better bait, because I was tired of using a lot of the other brands. I'm not going to obviously name them because I do still sometimes use them, but they just rip really quick. And I'm not talking about certain, like, one fish wonders that we obviously all still catch fish on, but 2 or 3 fish to me was a little ridiculous. We actually went fishing one time, and we were on the boat, and we got back, and I was like, man, we had a killer morning, but, like, everyone's got that problem where the boat's completely covered in their favorite, like, beaver bait or whatever it might be. I went through, like, 5 packs of plastics in a morning, which, like, I say,
wow.
6 a.m. till, 11:30 or something like that. So, like, we were doing really good. But I was kind of like, this is ridiculous. And having a background from an art design school, I knew that I could find a material like these, so they're pretty stretchy, but they're dense. I knew I could find something like that. So I did a lot of research after the product was on the market. And from the start, everyone says, I mean, if anybody's used them, they know that they're pretty dang durable. But you're not shorted. Like, the packs still have 7 to a pack. So we kept growing it. I changed the packaging last year. If anybody, has the old packaging still, the new packaging is way nicer. And this wasn't done like for no reason. Everything that I do is like for a very specific reason, and you'll see that if we talk a little more. And Eric, I'm sure, will want to tune in on that on like why the baits move a certain way.
Dude, let me just say this. Good packaging for your plastics is critical. How many people have pulled plastics out of a pack that they get kinked? To save me, got to boil them. It's bogus. This is great packaging. These baits will not kink in the way he's packaged them. So he's thinking about it. Zee, I got a couple questions real quick.
Hold up real quick, Eric. I don't want to interrupt, but if you guys can see, the viewers should be seeing now. I'm actually showing this this bait in the fish tank on a drop shot. And it is
the bamboo.
Sick. Look at how it floats straight up and down.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you give it a little bit of action, everything folds up and then collapses back together.
Yeah, so you guys see too, he has the tail's cut on that. The beaver tail that's on there is cut. So that's pretty key. You want to do it with some scissors until you get used to the material, and then you can like maybe peel it a little bit. But yeah, so that was key.
Wow.
We kind of came out right when that whole trend of like
dude, I'm sorry. I'm getting excited right now because on the Chesapeake, you can crush them on this. I guarantee it.
Yep.
That thing actually backs up a little bit.
I know, dude.
It's crazy, man. So, Zee, how did you get your name? Zee Baits. People ask about it. Give them a little story about the name of the company.
Yeah, so like I said, I went to art school, so I knew a ton of graphic artists, guys that work at Under Armour now, Nike, Timberland, things like that. A lot of them did clothing design and graphic T-shirts. That's why I like all the graphic stuff. So my friend Dom, who I live with, his last name is actually Enns, and my last name is Grogan. So, of course, being two people trying to make a brand, we were trying to come up with something, that went together. Kind of didn't really work. But I did come up with a super cool Z at some point when I was getting ready to go to my actually, that was the year before that. Yeah, so I came up with a Z. A friend of mine who was working at Under Armour as an intern at the time was really into it, and he kind of was like, well, you need to make it relate to fishing. So that's where the big hooks on the top and the bottom came from. And then, like, of course, logos you remember have something that like stands out, right? So like the FedEx logo has like a hidden message of like moving forward with a little arrow.
Sure.
So we have the little eye. Once you see this, if you've never seen this, you're never going to be able to see a Z again. So there's an eye inside the Z right there.
Yep.
And then the EE are actually two little tails.
Oh, very cool.
So they're supposed to look like bait swimming.
Wait, where's the eye?
Right there.
It's a fish eye.
Oh.
And then there's the E's inside the big giant fish's mouth are bait fish being eaten by a bigger fish because it's a bait company.
So, Travis, look, man.
I got it.
This is a fish eating two bait fish, the whole Z. That's the eye. Right,
Dude.
Man. That's
right.
graphic design. Hey, Hunter, my dad was a graphic designer, so I feel you, brother. Great design. I appreciate it.
Once you see it, you won't see it, anymore as a Z, really. I just kind of see it as a fish. So, yeah, that's where that came from. And the green, I'll be perfectly honest with you, the green, there was really... Myself and Line Cutters came on the scene at the same time. We were about the only green companies on the market, to my knowledge, in the end of 2015-16. Now they're everywhere. We'll just get that out of the way. But yeah, so it's all about the branding, and I just kind of try to make a really clean image for not necessarily the younger angler, but I would say like the new age angler. 13 Fishing as branding to me was a huge influence. I'll be completely honest. I use a lot of 13 Fishing stuff. Always have since they came out. So they were to me, they were one of the first like super clean businesses that came out fresh, like a totally new, not like an old school bait company. So that's kind of where that all came from. But not to go any further on that really, because people just want to talk about bait, right?
I want to go back to that Mudpuppy, man. So the vertical tail, like ways to fish it. What did you have in mind? Let's talk about the application.
Yeah, so I actually had really no part in designing this. I helped clean it up. My friend Dom designed all of it. Like I said, It's one of our most unique baits. It's the one that's got featured a lot of times in a couple of newspapers and magazines and things like that, just because it's so, like, odd for a lot of people. So basically, it's a hellbender or a salamander. For guys who don't know what those are, just giant. Like, if you watch some of those videos from, like, Minnesota and Michigan, they fish with them up there sometimes. It's 7.5 inches long, and the idea was to make a salamander that was super simplistic, but had a really nice profile. But the profile was in the tail, which essentially like makes the body really thin, which is where the hook sits. You put it on a 5/0 EWG Gamakatsu, which is ideal. Or if you're going to Carolina rig it, which I'll get into, you're going to put it on
like to hear that.
A long-necked VMC 5/0 still. So it supports the head.
Good point.
Yeah, so when the fish comes in, they usually hit it from the side, and they're going to hit it, and they're going to take it in a couple times. That's when it's on, say, like a Texas rig. You can fish it like a fluke. So if I was going to fish it like a fluke, you're going to Texas rig it on the 5/0 hook. Like I said, usually if I was going to probably use it as fluke, I'd probably use that VMC hook as well, just because that neck's going to come down pretty far into the head, and then that 5/0 hook is going to come out right on that thickest part. The back piece is the side that has the little ribs.
Yeah.
You can see the little eyeballs on them. So those ribs are intentional. They're not just looking cool. They displace water, obviously, because they're ribbed like a washboard. But also the key is that center one is a bit higher than all the other ones. That's where that hook hides in there. So you really don't have to like hide the hook. It just sits in there. If I had another hook in here, I'd show you. So once you have that rigged like that on a fluke with no weight, if you're going to fish it like a fluke around lily pad openings and things like that, it kind of glides, it kind of goes down straight because the belly is so wide on it. Yeah. But when you jerk it, it kind of switches positions.
Ooh.
So it kind of goes, it like darts underwater.
Like fleeing action? Nice.
Yeah, so the same way like you have to really like jerk a fluke to get it to pop one way or the other.
Sure. Yeah.
This you don't really have to jerk it that hard to get it to make that action. And that's not a super popular way to fish it. That's a lot of ways how I'll fish it in really shallow water. Like if you have lily pads that are say a foot to maybe, I guess if it's clear water though, I mean you could go 3-4 feet, but lily pads probably won't be in that anyways. But the other way would be on a wobblehead. We make 5/0 Gamakatsu hooked wobbleheads. That's a great way for bed fishing. That's where this white got super popular. We had a pretty viral video in Florida get pretty popular from a guy bed fishing with this on a wobblehead. And when you do that, a heavier weight is going to make this tail actually like kind of coil up and
do
swim.
Like a snaky deal.
Yeah, so it vibrates, and that leads right into from bed fishing to transition fishing into cutting it down after you've bed fished with it, and it's going to get a little torn up. Trailer. Cut it in half or cut it down to about like that and use it as a chatterbait trailer.
Good night. I can't even imagine the action would be filthy.
So I use that to catch stripers on the Chesapeake too. You cut it down like that and put on a 1.5 ounce. I use Picasso shock blades for that. But yeah, so it's a killer action. It's different than using a swim bait. I mean, a regular swim bait goes like this, right? This is a longer tail on it. So it's going to create a totally different vibration. We do have that video on YouTube. If you just search Mudpuppy Zee Baits, it'll pop up. We've tank tested that at trade shows. We had to get the guys cast out in the hog troughs. And as they reel it back, you let it fall, and then you jerk it a little bit. And when you jerk it, it speeds up, and that tail vibrates really tight. And the fish just, like, can't help but hit it.
It's a change in action. You don't have a lot of baits that'll do that are plastic-driven. You know what I mean? People are asking a lot of questions about the plastic formula on your baits. So at some point address it, but keep rolling with the Mudpuppy. Yeah,
so we have, you can Texas rig it, weedless, or weightless and weedless, right? Hidden Texas rigged. And then on a Gamakatsu is what it's designed around, or the 5/0 long-necked VMC hooks fit it really well too. Or you can put it on a wobblehead with a 5/0 hook. You can cut it down and use it as a regular old jig trailer for deep structure. Where I live, there's 65-foot water sometimes, some areas, in some of the lakes. So you can fish it like that, or on a chatterbait. And And I think that's just about it. Oh, the other way that actually a couple of my tournament guys fish, and I won't say who they are so that people don't know where they live, would be cut it in half and use it as a buzzbait trailer, which is interesting. I have not personally done that. I typically stick to frogs for a buzzbait trailer if I use a trailer. So that's pretty much the way that you would rig that. For anybody who just tuned in, this is the Mudpuppy again. And it's 7.5 inches long. But don't be scared of that size. I didn't mention this. When it folds in half, it's not very big. There's actually like not a lot of plastic. So I've caught a 1 pound fish on this. I would say 1 pound. Maybe it was even less than that in a 1 acre pond. So the fish will eat it. It's no different than throwing a 12-inch swim bait.
Right off the bat, we have about a dozen people asking for a discount code. I don't know if I should bring that up, but I
did see it, but I may have ignored that.
Hey, I saw it. You notice I didn't ask that question.
This guy's trying to make a living here. Let's go.
Pretend for a moment you were on a date. Like, would you ask for the discount code in the first 10 minutes of the show?
I mean, some people do.
Of course, we know who Travis is. You know, you might want to finesse your way into that later on. I mean, God, hey, you want to leave? Let's go. Let's hang this shit up and let's just get right to it.
I feel bad. Somebody said he's got like $150 in his cart and he's ready to hit send.
Hey, listen, Hunter, it's really great to hear about your baits, but what about the discount code? Let's just get right to it. I mean, yeah, it's all really nice and everything. It's great designs, but I mean, you got to give these people a
we talked about 2 baits. Some people don't even know, like, this is like one of our newest, most popular baits.
Well, yeah, but what about the discount?
Hold on. Let's get through this, guys. You got to stick with us all night, and we'll see if we can drop something on you at the end. I don't know.
Courtesy of SmallmouthCrush.
Yeah. I'll put it on a credit card, and Travis can pay me back in 30 days.
There you go.
Dang. All right, now that we got that out of our system, proceed.
Anyways, so for those who stick around, there might be something good.
Now we're talking. You got to work for it, Travis. You got to work for it, Travis.
All right, so, okay, we talked about the Mudpuppy. So, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but before we were on here live, Eric and I were talking about the ribtail worm, and I want to let people know, too, you're asking about the plastic, and this is where it comes in, is the ribtail worm, again, 7.4 inches, 7.5 inches, quarter-inch wide for the people who are very specific about their trick worms or shaky head worms, but it has this big bulbous tail on the end, and that's the key in the design and the length of it, is that when you fish it on a shaky head, it's going to stand up as it hits the ground. It actually has what Eric told me earlier, right, which is secondary motion. So when it hits, it goes down, it hits the ground, and then it comes up. And that's the key. You always hear the tournament guys talk about, like, on the pause, that's when the fish hit. And that takes either usually a skirted jig or a fish looking at something that's moving a little bit in the current. Well, there can be no current. You can throw this in a swimming pool with no current, and when it hits, that tail's going to stand up, and then it's going to slowly go down. It won't go down all the way, but by the time you pop it again for the next shaky head jump, it's already going again. And that's due to the plastic and the design. I mean, these ribs hold water. They hold air bubbles a little bit.
Yeah, man.
But the key is the plastic. It's a pretty semi-buoyant plastic. And again, it is really durable and stretchy. But it's dense. That's the other key with the plastic. The density. See if I have one here.
Hey, Hunter, a lot of people are asking, it's not like Z-Man plastic. It's not going to melt.
Not at all.
It doesn't conflict with other plastics. So, guys, I want to answer that question. That came in a lot. Yep.
Yeah. So that is a question because, we say like that it's stretchy, right? That's the first thing people think of. And no, not at all. There's upsides and downsides to obviously all products and to thermoplastic, which is what their stuff's made from. Lasts super long time. I'm not a big fan of it because of how stretchy it is, and this is why. When you have the bait, now this is on a tungsten net head, so it's not going to be a great example, but when you pull on the back, the front of the head wants to move with it. When you have a really stretchy, soft plastic, you've always heard of those guys saying, "Oh, the bluegill is just like pulled on it, and then like nothing happened. I guess it was a bluegill." Well, it doesn't mean it was a bluegill. It could have been a bass being really sensitive when how they bite it. But with that dense but stretchy plastic, you get the hook resilience. So when you put it through, it doesn't, like, this has been chewed to pieces. I was catching some big fish on that.
Love the laminate. Love the laminate.
Yeah, this is our new slug that came out in the spring. But yeah, back to the twig, one of our custom shapes. So you can see, I don't know how close I can get that. Let's not make that move.
Oh, you're good.
You can rig that and re-rig it, and you know, the hook keeps going to tear through it a little bit, but where the hook actually goes in, especially like on the bamboo bomber, if you guys start drop shotting, I power shot that with like a 1/0 or 2/0 hook. I actually don't use a drop shot hook usually.
Dude, we talked about that the other night. Power shot. People were like, yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so obviously one of to switch gears real fast where the plastic comes in again is on that bamboo bomber. As Travis was showing how that bamboo bomber went down, and again, it had that secondary action. It kind of retracted back. Mm-hmm. You guys go on YouTube after this and check out that bamboo bomber video. You can see it floating on a power drop shot in some lily pads, and it's crazy to see how it like sprawls open as it goes back. And then when you re-rig it, if you get a couple bites on it, you can bite it down and shrink the size of it a little bit, and then re-hook it because the hook hasn't like totally destroyed the plastic. And that goes back to me saying I want to make a bait company where you don't go through 4 bags of plastics in a morning, because that's ridiculous.
Right on, man.
And not just like, it's just ridiculous to me for a whole bunch of different things. You know, and the quality of plastic's really good. For people who know anything about plastics, there's phthalates in plastics, which are not good for you. Anything that comes in these white bags is phthalate-free based plastic. So that's like BPA-free, right? That's the basis of what most people would understand that as. And that was key to me because I'm touching these baits all day long. I mean, we produce thousands of pieces of bait. We can produce thousands in a given day. And then they all have to be plucked by hand and packaged by hand. So I didn't want to be touching that stuff all day long. So I picked a really high-end plastic that was custom blended for my company, you know, to get exactly the density that we wanted. So everything that's in this white plastic uses that, what we call our tournament grade white label, you know, premium plastic. Yeah, the basis of it without getting too technical.
No, man. I mean, I think that's important for people to understand, man. It's, you know, the BPA chemicals there was a lot of articles on that, man. It's one of those crazy forever chemicals, man. It's no bueno. No bueno.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is still plastic. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not biodegradable. I wish it was. But maybe in the future.
Mm-hmm. No, good stuff, man. Let's talk about your colors because, you know, color formulation and Flake, you've got a great lineup. So how did you come about that whole color selection? Because it's dynamite. I mean, I saw him in person at the Harrisburg show. Super impressed with him. Yeah,
so pretty basic still. Only this year did we release a whole bunch of newer colors. So Junebug was one of our first colors that we released, as well as
Maple.
Let's see here. Watermelon Red Flake. That was one of the first colors.
Must have.
So the key in the colorations that we chose were classic colors, obviously, for the first 7 colors that we came out with, being these two being 2 of them. Also in the Junebug, you guys won't really be able to see it on here, but if you guys get some or have a friend that has them, you can see in most of the baits there's 2 different size flakes. Now, you guys are probably used to seeing, like, say, a green pumpkin bait with blue flake, where the black flake in the green pumpkin is bigger, and then the blue flake is like an accent color. Well, like, every single bait that we make has 2 different size flakes, even the like Junebug, which doesn't need 2 different size flakes, but it gives it a more natural appearance. So some baits you're going to get will have little clusters of big flake, and then the other one may have a little more small flake in it. And that's just how it's blended during the production. So that's just like a fine detail that the bigger companies really don't bother to do. but mixing colors is really, really difficult.
I
We've gotten
can
really
imagine.
good at it now, because you mix the color and you don't know what it's going to look like actually until you shoot the bait. So we shoot samples.
Very cool.
The other thing it's tough to do is like make a color that works good in a bait that's 4 inches, and luckily these are like the same size, but like make a color that works well in a bait this size.
Oh wow, yeah.
So trying to do that. Some of them, you may have to have 2 different color recipes, but yet to the consumer you have to match it. It has to look the same, but the recipe is different because the density of the bait is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing. We just try to go for a more natural presentation, and the way you can do that, like this is not a natural color, obviously, but you can maybe amplify that by creating different flake patterns in the baits.
Let's talk about that sexy crawl you held up, man. People been bugging and asking and wanting to know.
Yeah, so that's the Arma crawl. We released this at ICAST show only 2 years ago. So just to see how the industry would react to it.
Yeah.
And people were pretty impressed. It was the first crawl, and I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe the only crawl that has antennas that go directly into the claws down there at the bottom, as you can see that like that.
So when the claws flap, the antenna moves?
So not quite.
All right, talk to me, man. Let's talk about it.
It's all about the top profile and then the side profile with that big belly like that.
Yeah.
So that big belly, you guys can see it. So
I see
if any of you guys have ever fished Lake Champlain, you see those smallmouth chuck up those little black crawls with those little spots all over them, right? If you go and measure about 30 of them, they're probably about the size of this. So I did a lot of research on that because this is a finesse crawl presentation. It's not going to be your crawl it's not going to be your rage crawl, right? It's not going to be one that you flip in and it goes down and it makes crazy action for super stained water. I would say this is more like a semi-stained to clear water bait. Killer river fishing. We're right near the Susquehanna River, as Travis would and you would know. So very good on the Susquehanna River. So what these claws do is they don't flap up and down. When the bait moves with weight or it falls with weight, they turn and they go like it's kind of hard to
like
show,
a corkscrew.
They go down and they go like this.
Yeah.
They turn sideways. They kind of go in on themselves. So it makes a tighter vibration. The closest thing would probably be like a Zoom speed crawl.
Speed crawl, there you go.
Closest thing. But when that type of crawl that has those smaller claws, right, when it hits the bottom, it does nothing except for go like this. It just sits there.
Okay.
Right? So again, with that secondary motion, when the antennas come together, so when you peel them apart, now they're a little more free moving.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're designed, it's very hard to see, but the bottom of one antenna at the top, where the little tip is tilted one way, and on the other side it's tilted the other way. And it's really tiny. You wouldn't believe it does anything, but when the bait hits the bottom, the antennas sprawl opposite ways.
Oh, wow.
So you know how when a crawl is on the bottom and you're kind of looking around, hopping across the bottom, and their little antennas are going like all over the place?
Sure.
So it makes that secondary pause motion in super clear water. That was the theory behind it, that it's going to aid in the fish looking at it and then actually striking, because they see that movement, so they may think that the crawfish is actually like real. Other than that, that's about what their purpose is. And before anybody says things, yes, they do break kind of quick. They are really thin. But for the finesse presentation, they're key. But I use this as a bladed swim jig trailer. It's like one of my favorite swim jig trailers. But that or bamboo bomber too, cut down's pretty good. So yeah, that's the gist of that. It goes on a 3/0 Gamakatsu. I would use a standard wire hook on that. A G-lock hook will work. Eric will appreciate this real quick. One last thing.
Love the G-lock.
I don't know how much I can show it here.
Okay.
There's on the back there's a little indent for the hook.
Little hook slot.
And there's a little spine that runs down between the back of the bait and the like the Arma crawl like head here, the like armor on it, right?
Right.
So when you the design on the back, there's two lines, right? So one line is so you know where to break it down a little bit. The second one's a little bit more, and the third is a little bit more. When you break it to the secondary and third one, the hook now is going to come out and it's going to hide in that little spine. That spine's there for a reason. It's to hide your hook on the secondary time it gets bit down, so you can still tuck that hook. It's not just there because it looks cool. So that's a little tidbit of super technical reasoning for that design.
I love it, man. When people put extra thought into the design, because I'm a JDM freak.
Yeah,
well thought out baits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, well thought out baits for a reason. Being able to break a bait down in segments, and at the end you've got a hook slot for. I love that stuff, man. You think about your design, not just trying to make it look cool. You're trying to create that secondary action. Very few, I think, plastic designers that come out with new things are thinking about secondary action, plastic formulation. They're copying other people's baits. You're really unique in your design, which I appreciate.
So this design, the Armor Crawl, actually we had the first wood carved design that, again, my friend Dom designed, the wood one. We designed and molded the first one in-house here in Pennsylvania summer of 2016. So it took from 2016 until we released it. Everybody who follows us already knew that we pre-released it at ICAST. They got a couple teaser photos of it. I wasn't happy with the design and the claws, neither was Dom, so we pulled it back. We had guys that wanted it, and we were like, nope, it's not ready. And then we redesigned it again, put some more beef in the claws so they had a little more action. But not too much. It wasn't designed again to be that crazy flapping crawl.
Right.
So that's kind of it took basically 4 years of R&D to develop it.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Dang.
So guys, I don't have the bamboo's the only one I have in the tank to show you, but I'm sure.
I'm glad you're prepared tonight, Travis.
I'm sure that Hunter has plenty of underwater
video. Yeah, there's
video,
some content
right?
on our Instagram.
I looked at the videos on YouTube, right? You got a bunch of them on your YouTube channel?
We have a decent amount. I need to do more. When it's a little cold here still, we kind of keep getting these weird times, and apparently it's a complete blizzard in central Pennsylvania.
What?
Yeah, like our friend that lives up there, one of our tournament pros. It's a complete blizzard in central Pennsylvania where he lives.
Holy crap.
So we'll get some more videos. I do have some videos on YouTube of the tank that's over there in my office. Not YouTube, on Instagram. That show the bamboo bomber, shows the Armor Crawl on a skirted jig, which it doesn't do it great justice because the tank's really small. It's the one we use at trade shows. Good
deal, man. What other baits do you have in the lineup? And then I want to take a minute to talk about hook theory and gap in terms of bites and hooks. But you've got a few more that people have been asking about. Yeah.
So we talked about the Mudpuppy. I got them in front of me. The ribtail worm.
Yep.
The Armor Crawl.
Yep.
The bamboo bomber, and then the twig, which is basically our newest bait. This was kind of a surprise bait that nobody knew was going to come out. This has had a lot of people's attention, especially the guys who like JDM products because of how small it is. And the fact that it is a stick bait, but it's not a stick bait. It's its own category of, like, we call it a super finesse stick bait, because it's tapered from where the kind of worm heart or the joint on the worm is. It's tapered all the way down to the tail. The other thing that's pretty funny is it's actually 4 inches long. It looks like it's 3 inches long. But so this has some crazy action thanks to the plastic that we use, and you can see how much the tail moves, right? So when you pop that on I use a tungsten because it's a lot smaller. This is a Swagger tungsten net head. It's a lot smaller profile. This is not really cut down too much, but usually most people are cutting it down right to that joint, which makes that 3 inches to the T. For all you guys that are very specific and want to be throwing a 3-inch Ned bait or a drop shot bait. So you can put that right there. It butts up right to a 1/10 ounce tungsten net head perfectly. And then, because it's that super strong plastic again, and it's pretty buoyant, it hits and it pops up really easily. It won't. If it were to lay flat, it will not stand up by itself. The plastic doesn't do that. But usually that's not really a problem. So yeah, that's our super finesse. It's called the Twig because it's smaller than a stick.
Nice.
Funny little joke that some people get and some people don't. But yeah, so it's super small. There's no one else on the market that has a stick bait that's a 1/4 inch thick at the thickest point, and that's only 4 inches. So again, just picked I didn't want to make a standard stick bait. We do have them. I don't have any with me. We have them in our Vital series, which I'll get to, which is our like classic shapes.
Yeah, people were asking about the Vital versus the XS Swimmer. So
yeah, exactly. Okay. So I can get into that too now that we've done. That's the white label for anybody who wasn't in here before. It's all these crazy custom shapes that we have. That's made in that unique proprietary blended plastic just for my company. It is that BPA based or BPA free based plastic, and they are in a little bit. They're really like tournament fishing or guys that are really really into fishing, and they're a little bit on that higher price point by $1, give or take, on say like a Strike King product. So then that leads me into the Vital Series stuff, which is in this bright green packaging. This is our new Vital Series packaging. For anybody who used to use our old Vital Series packaging, this is a massive improvement. Constantly trying to improve as always. And in that series as well is our X Swimmers, one of our best-selling baits in the Vital Series line. These are at a $4.99 price point, so super great price point for that classic intro to fishing is like what I like to call it. So you have let's see here, where's it at? I have a red and a watermelon red one. Got our topwater frog, and then we have the slug, which is like our Ned bait, of which does not have salt in it. Just FYI, this is the only bait in the Vital Series lineup that does not have salt in it. None of the white label stuff has salt. I didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
It's like just it's just a common thing to me now to not put salt and stuff, so I don't really think about it. The salt just gives the bait weight, so you can, like a stick bait should have salt in it, so you can cast it really far weightless. But what salt does do that I don't like is, for anybody who doesn't know, when you fish a bait that has salt in it, so like our stick baits, for example, they're made of a durable plastic, but they do still have salt. So eventually you'll see like how a regular old stick bait that you guys would get that has a lot of salt, it starts to get a whole bunch of these little like nicks and tears in it, and then like when it breaks apart, it's kind of chunky. Yeah. Versus when our white label baits break, they're like almost completely smooth. So that's the salt in it. When it gets wet, obviously salt dissolves in water. So at a micro level, you get a whole bunch of little holes in the bait, which makes the bait rip faster. So that's just a little funny thing about that. So yeah, we have the frogs in the Vital Series. We have the slug. We have, of course, Eric's favorite, the tubes.
Yeah, man.
This is the Fat Tuesday tube because it has green, gold, and purple in it.
Nice.
Or like a sungill presentation.
Great color. Great color.
Which other ones do we have? I'm trying to think here. We have some other swim baits, although most people are buying these X Swimmers. This is our new, I don't have it out of the package, but I could open it because it's a killer color. It's our new bronze gizzard shad color that we released at the trade shows this spring.
How long is that? How long is that, Hunter? The first size of your swim bait line? What size do you sell them in?
So this is the mid size. This is our most popular, without a doubt. This is the 3.7 inch, and this is a bronze gizzard. So it has a bronze color, a silver core shot, and then a white belly on it. Really good stained watercolor.
People are asking, like, how does that compare to a Kitech?
Yeah, so pretty much the same size. Yep. Maybe a little, like a tad bit more narrow. Okay. Not a lot, just a little bit.
I can see that.
A little bit, yeah. But as far as durability goes, I tell people I fish them a lot on, I don't have one rigged, but I fish them on our...
flashy swimmer kind of setup.
Yeah, pretty much. Ours has painted, a little more detail, right? We have painted,
very nice.
lead, and we have the hammered willow on there.
Nice. Also, what kind of hook is that built on?
I actually have no idea, to be completely transparent with people. But it's landed a 10-pound redfish, so I think they're pretty strong.
Nice.
It has double barrel swivels on there, micro barrel swivels. Also, another attention to detail is if this let me just rig it here real quick.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Because
is that a scented? Is that a scented bait? Like
swim bait? Yeah. So everything to keep it simple for everybody.
Yep.
Everything in the white label baits.
Yep.
Has a coffee and garlic scent that we call bass syrup, which I'll get to in a bit here.
Cool, man.
So that's not super clean, but they do have the little hook hide there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then as you see, when I tilt this back, see how that wire, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that wire stops.
We can see it. We can see it.
Yeah, cool. So it doesn't really, you can hit the hook, but it doesn't really do it. And the reason for that is it really stops a lot of swim bait or blades you guys fish, they do that.
Sure.
Which is really frustrating, right? You hit it that perfect hole, and you reel it back and go, wait, something's not right, and you get it out, and it's all tangled up.
So you burnt your great cast, your perfect cast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you put a little bit of a longer wire on there.
Really well thought out.
This is a 2/0 hook on the 3.7. That's ideal. You guys may have a lot of friends that will argue, and it's all opinion, right, Eric? That a 3/0 hook is ideal for a 3.7 or 3.75 swim bait. Now, depending on because we have that little narrower body, we can get away with it. The 2/0 hook is ideal because if you fold the bait in half, it's about half of the bait, so you get optimal tail action.
That's
out
right.
of that.
Doesn't impinge on it. Yep.
Yeah, you put that 3/0 on there, which the hook slot will go down to 3/0, but you lose a lot of. When people say, "Hey, I haven't caught a fish on that in a while," I say, "Well, what hook size are you using?" They say, "Oh, a 3/0," and then I go, "Well, the website suggests a 2/0," and that's kind of why, because you're going to get a lot more action.
Total, man. Details matter like that for sure, man.
They do, especially in those pressured waters. I mean, my home lake, I live really close, and the company's based really close to Marsh Creek Lake. If anybody has ever heard of that, it's a super tiny lake in southeastern Pennsylvania. When we were growing up, if we could catch one fish an hour, we were doing something right. So
wow,
it's pretty pressured water. But yeah, so we have the swim bait, the frog, the turbo toad that we call it, the slug, which is that Ned style bait.
Yep.
The tubes, and then we do have a 5-inch stick bait because you do have to have a 5-inch stick bait, of course. And again, guys, the Vital series are what we call classic bait shapes. All the packaging has everything on it, explains everything. A little bit of salt, classic shapes, classic scent. The scent in these, like I said, the bass syrup was in the white label ones. This is anise or just a straight anise, like licorice smell, which is the most classic, iconic bass bait smell.
Sure is. Hey, I got a question for you, man. Just a tube question. And Travis, I'll ask you the same.
Sure.
So when you're Texas rigging a tube, whatever your hook choice is, and we could talk a little bit about hook theory, does anybody cut the bottom of the tube? See how I made a slit right there? So the hook has an easier time popping out for the hook set. I like doing that. Anybody else do that? Travis doesn't do it.
No.
All right.
But
may I make a suggestion? Try it out.
Well, listen. So when it comes to tubes, I use the Get Bit Baits tubes for
we know
smallmouth, and when I'm flipping or for largemouth, I'll use the Bass Pro Shops double dip tube. But
dude, this is a replacement.
I see that.
Yeah,
I'm
these
not
are pretty
arguing,
similar.
dude.
I mean, I do like those tubes. That's kind of why these are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Manson, get your order in tonight. Discount code later.
I will.
What hook do you use for the tube we're talking about? Hunter, I want to know. What's your favorite if you're Texas rigging? Because that's been a struggle for me. Finding a deep enough gap. Sorry, go ahead.
I like a G-Lock hook.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big G-Lock fan, and I want to show you guys something on a hook. And I look, this is
Eric,
so
cool. Do you have a G-Lock hook?
I got tons of them.
Or like to show somebody for people who don't know what that is?
Oh yeah, man. I've been showing it just about every night.
Okay.
No, but I'll show it again because it's worthy because now we're talking about stuff. So this is one of my favorites to power shot with. It's got enough bite where I don't have to modify the hook or goof around with it. Let me get a 5/0 out.
That's why you put a tube insert regardless of where you're fishing and deal with the snags. That's just me.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Okay, fine, whatever.
Okay.
Broheen.
So I want to show you a
You've
couple
seen
hooks.
me work some magic, Eric.
You know what? I got to give it to Travis.
I mean,
It's frustrating to watch him get hung up so much, but he can put the fish in the boat. All right. So I'm going to show you a regular. This is a gamakatsu. Can you guys see that? Let me hold it up. And what I want you to pay attention to is the bite between the hook point and where the line tie goes. That's a pretty narrow bite right there. And the bite is the distance between this line tie and the point of the hook. It's almost in line. So when that bait is in a fish's mouth, you know, it's sliding along my finger and not catching any meat. You know what I mean? I don't want a hook that I have to like pop out of the fish's mouth to get a proper hook set. The G-lock has a little bit more space. And I'm going to show you a hook that has a ton of gap. All right, here's one. It's called a spear, and it's made by Cultiva. And it's got, look at the bite between the line tie and the hook point. And they tip this hook point up. This is almost, you guys see that? It's a lot of gap. And so just be aware, you can modify hooks. You don't have to geek out and go throw away all your hooks. You know, you could take a pair of pliers. I don't like to have to do it because it does weaken the hook a little bit.
It can also crack that nickel coating too on it.
100%. You know, hooks, you should be tempering a hook when you do it. But anyway, pay attention to your gap and your bite. When you switch to a hook that has more of a bite, kind of like a G-lock with a tipped up point, you're going to increase your hooking percentages. That's a little bit of hook theory for you. All right, roll on, man. Why do you like the G-lock? Tell me about that.
On a tube, I like it because it stays weedless.
For a
long time. The last time I fished a tube, I definitely was fishing it like a split shot rig.
Oh, wow, cool.
So not like, I kind of learned that from Dom growing up fishing with him. So you have like the hook, right? And then you have like a decent leader, not big.
Yeah.
And then a little tiny split shot like from trout fishing.
That's crazy.
And, it makes the tube float a lot because tubes are pretty heavy. They don't like float very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you guys a little secret too here. Hold on.
We love secrets on this show. That's what we're all about.
If you guys have some tubes that you love to use, right, but they rip really fast and you're not using our tubes. If you have some ribtail worms that are trashed, right, if you cut them in little lengths, you don't need a big piece. And then I usually use bass syrup because it's like really slippery. You can slide it into the tube, and then it makes the tube solid.
Yeah, with the head, right?
Yeah, so you can slide it all the way in, and then it makes your tube last like the whole day.
Double dog long, yeah. So people are asking Hunter about, Power Shot and Ricamato. So Power Shot is just a stepped up drop shot. Not fished on a spinning rod. It's fished on bait caster. It's heavier line, 14 to 17 pound. You can crash it into, heavy cover. And it's just showing up a presentation that they don't see much because typically people drop shot on a spinning rod. You keep your leader really super short, the drop, 4 inches max and 3/8 ounce. And I mean like in 3 foot of water. And that bait is crashing into cover. It's the speed of the drop is super fast, but you've got 17 pound to pull them out of the cover. Yeah, and drop whatever you want. You could drop a beaver style bait. You could drop anything. I mean, anything, right? Mix it up. Use your imagination.
Yeah, and you're not using a drop shot hook, so you throw it right into those down trees.
Oh yeah, big giant hooks like this. I mean, a 5/0 G-lock is what I power shot with, right on. Oh my God, right?
We throw this full length. Like I said, Dom, the guy I live with and that runs some of the trade shows with. We were gonna film, right? We go out on the lake that we fish that we call Lake X. So you guys see some of the videos.
Nice.
You'll see him catching a huge bass in the fall on a color that we never released, which is a black worm with an orange tail, kind of.
Oh wow! Color. You gotta do that. That's Halloween special.
Yeah, and so it was pretty cold. If you look in the video, it's on YouTube. It's full tilt fall, in this lake.
I'm writing that down.
We were drop shotting, and I don't know. I think maybe it was 2.5, 3 foot of water, maybe.
Yeah, man.
And we knew there was a little bit of submerged lily pads. The water was a little up, a little bit of submerged lily pads. And he was using maybe a 3/8 or a 1/4 ounce drop shot weight. I can't remember exactly. He tends to go pretty heavy, like even up to a half ounce for a power shot.
Yeah,
and
I'll do it.
It was on one of his older Akuma rods, and he wasn't really thinking, and he was dragging it, and all of a sudden he's stuck, and he legit thought he was stuck because we weren't really expecting anything. And then he pulls up, I don't know what it was. It was maybe, I don't know, a good 4.5 or a 5 maybe. It was pretty big. But another time we were drop shotting these, and I was getting the cameras out to start filming. We literally go off the dock, first trees right by the dock that's down, casts in, same deal, sticks it. I thought he was stuck. I wasn't paying any attention. I just heard the drag run. And he goes, oh, big fish. And it was a decent 4. I'm like, all right, I didn't even get that. We kind of filmed it with my phone. He lets the fish go. Second cast, fish again, right away.
Wow.
On one of the Junebug color of these. And that was fishing in Maryland. So that was pretty wild.
You can power shot anything, man. Anything. Curly tail worms, bro. You can power shot anything.
Yeah. The key with these, though, when you power shot is they stay horizontal, even with a 2-aught hook in them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key, too.
Hey, we have a couple questions. Can you use Spike It on your baits?
Yes, you can. A big thing that guys do, a lot of you who maybe do follow us or don't, you'll go on our Instagram and you'll see we just posted that we have back in stock our Black Melon Chartreuse. So it's a green, black smoke body with a really bright high-vis yellow tail. It's a 2-color injection. I'm not personally a big fan of them, but it's one of our best sellers. But I take a green pumpkin worm and I dip the tail, not the whole thing, about half of it, in some yellow Spike It. I did actually also get, which I don't know if you can get it from Tackle Warehouse. I think it might only be direct from Spike It directly, is a clear Spike It. So it doesn't have the dye in it, but it has the phosphorescent glow in it, and it's like a garlic scent, but it doesn't have that yellow tint to it. So like you can't see the difference, but the fish can see the bright blue or yellow tint that it gives it. Just sort of an odd thing that I found. I didn't know they even made it. A lot of people don't know about Spike It, believe it or not. Very avid anglers do, but a lot of novice anglers have no clue what it is.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent. And JJ's.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Man, awesome stuff.
Damn.
Good tips, man. Right.
So,
dropping knowledge.
I think you're going to run out of stock after tonight's show, Hunter.
Hey, that's fine. We got a lot. I showed you guys the stockpile earlier. Here, let me just show this real quick. And then that's all we're going to say.
Nah, don't sleep on that little jig worm, folks.
Yeah, so for you guys, what we'll say here is that's that bait right there, the twig. A decent bait to use this time of year, especially if you're north of where we are here in Pennsylvania. So if you guys are in Minnesota or Michigan, when you're allowed to fish again, I guess, in Minnesota. But, yeah, that would be a decent little trailer to use if you guys, fish those little micro jigs like that.
How'd I get that on hand so fast, Travis? Your mind is like, boom!
I know. I've been off
screen. I was in the micro jigs for
I've been
off
screen most of the night to give you guys some room, but I'm taking notes.
Taking notes.
Here, this is another thing you guys can use the bamboo bomber for.
I was thinking about that, dude, for sure.
Yeah, so actually this is one of the OG original bamboo bombers from 4 years ago on here.
What? It's still on there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use this all too often. This is like my fun, I'm gonna go to a pond and fish. This is I don't even know who made this. It's not a Terminator. It's a titanium, a thick wire titanium spinner bait. But yeah, so these little tentacles are like the beaver tail
might be a
things.
Strike King.
They kind of no, it's definitely not. I don't really have anything from Strike King.
Okay, gotcha. 10-4.
Yeah, I mean, I have 1.5s from them, but that's about it.
Yeah, I hear you. Right.
But I do own some Rage Crawls for anybody who thinks that there's no way I don't.
Yeah, because you know the comments were coming. Don't get crazy, everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, these little guys on here. Actually, I didn't come up with doing this. Preston Maples, who's a kayak tournament guy from KBF, that we sponsor. He is a big spinnerbait guy out in Missouri, and he loves the Bamboo Bomber as a jig trailer. It's like one of his favorite things. Of course, you could always use the Armor Crawl too now that we have it. The other thing, real quick.
Okay, so hey guys, for anybody who didn't hear it, the scent is coffee and coffee and what for the white label, and then anise for the Vital series, guys. Which
it's coffee and garlic.
Coffee and garlic, guys, on the white label.
So on these guys right here, it has
right
some of this. This is in a bottle though, to put on your baits.
And what do you call that?
This is called bass syrup.
Thank you.
How do you apply that? Is it a spray or what?
You apply the lotion slowly, and then you ask him for a discount. That's exactly how you do it.
Because is that something where I could
Travis, that was pretty funny.
Is that something I
Travis, you gotta laugh.
I'm laughing. Is that something I could pour into this bag and let it marinate overnight, or what are we talking?
100%. So bass syrup is an oil-based scent that has a bit of a special ingredient in it that goes into the formulation of the white label plastic.
Kind of like Jack's Juice used to penetrate plastic. You don't find many scents that will do that. How did you come up with that thought? I love it.
So, we used to use quite a bit of smelly jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Super messy, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to. So we had the scent blended, right? And then we put that into the bait. So there's like a little bit in the baits, and then we soak the baits. These baits are soaked for about, give or take, in an ideal world, 24 hours. They're get it drizzled on them during production 3 times before they're packaged. That's the ideal scenario. And then they're packaged. So this is an oil, right, that we put in the baits originally, which is a coffee and garlic scent, which you can't buy bottled. It's only in the baits themselves. We sell anise and garlic, which again is that like sweet licorice smell for anybody who doesn't know that smell. Right. It has garlic. We have Earthworm, which is our newest one that's really popular. I don't have the other ones next to me, but we have a crawfish and a totally blanked on the other. Oh, a Manhattan Shad for like your swim baits and things like that. So again, it is an oil. It is 100% made in America.
Nice.
The bottle is made in America as well.
All right, dude. All right.
So you put it in the bait bags, right? We put it in the bait bag. So if you have like the coffee and garlic, which I love, they do smell right out of the package. They're a little bit oily, which is nice, keeps the impedances, all lubricated, so they're not going to have that memory. You're going to put, if you want to take some crawls, this is a well-loved bag of crawls. You're going to put like at most 10 drops in a whole bag of plastics.
Okay.
And then they're going to marinate in there. A lot of guys will do it the night before. Yeah. And then that first bait that they want to like pop on when they get on the water while they're waiting for blast off or whatever, or if they're going to go fishing, right? They put it on the dash of their truck when they're going towards the sun.
Oh, to heat it up.
To heat it up, and it makes the oils come out of the plastics, like all the other scent. And it also like helps them like, kind of like absorb some of it. But yeah, it'll go into it, and then once you take crawfish, right, and you put the crawfish all over your crawfish baits, you can't go back or to another scent because it's a super concentrated oil. So this is a 2-ounce bottle. It's super concentrated oil. Like I said, you don't need about 10 drops in a whole bag. You can also put on, like, say, Zoom doesn't use any scent. It works fine with that. Works fine with all other bait companies, to my knowledge, except for the really, not just Z-Man, but like Nico baits, which are really stretchy too. They're made of that thermoplastic blend. It does not work with those. It will make those turn into snot.
Ooh.
Yeah, it makes them like get all slimy. Like
when you say thermoplastic blend, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so anything that's like really stretchy.
Oh, like Z-Man, Elastec.
Yeah. It's a thermoplastic elastan is like the formal name of it, right?
I don't think people knew that.
Yeah, so like Z-Man or like Nico baits, which make a really nice like Helgramite.
Yeah.
Theirs is a silicone too. So I mean, if you're curious, like take one of the baits out and like put it like in a little cup or something, or like put it like on a bunch of paper towels and like drip some scent on it. Yeah. And then like if it, Yeah, it's just because it doesn't. Those don't like a lot of different things. So yeah,
I've done it with like Elastec Plastics, my smelly jelly, but they don't go back anywhere. Once I do that, I catch my fish and the bait is done.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that bass syrup is super key. The other key thing about it is you can put it right on a white spinnerbait. It has a little bit of colorant to it. It looks a lot like maple syrup. That's kind of why we called it bass syrup. You could put a little bit on there, 5 or 6 drops, and as long as you're going to cast with it right away, it's not going to dye your spinnerbait. Now, obviously, this is a moving bait. This is oil-based, so I don't believe that it's going to make the fish bite it because they smell the scent. But if you're fishing in a laydown area and you're casting 30, 40 times in an area, maybe it will create some kind of scent. We have reeled in fish in ponds with a hidden hook with a bait that is completely saturated in bass syrup, and they weren't even hooked. Like, they were just holding on to it. So the hold rate...
That's crazy.
Actually, Dale Black, who owns Gamma Line, I'm really good friends with him.
Oh, really? Love their line, man.
Yeah, he makes little hair jigs, right?
What? What?
Oh, yeah, you must not have been to a lot of trade shows.
No, dude, I've never met him, but I buy his line.
Oh, yeah, well, you'll have to come to the show in Oaks, Pennsylvania next year in New
York.
Dude,
I want to do that, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so he makes little hair jigs with like marabou hair or like rabbit hair.
I love my zonkers, man. You got it.
Yeah, so we were throwing them in the tank. This is like a super cool story about how we really like knew that this worked. And he had the Manhattan shad one, and then he likes the anise and garlic one too a lot. And he constantly wanted to use scent because smallmouth are definitely engaged by scented baits for sure.
Oh, big time.
But with the rabbit fur, it's really like puffy underwater, and every scent that he used, it was like either too oily or like too much of a paste, and it wouldn't work with it. So I said to him, "Here, try this."
Ah, I see what you're saying.
And on the jig head, we'll use this. Imagine this being a little like fur jig. Put like 2 drops. So take the bottle and literally put 2 little drops right behind the head. And then tilt it back so it kind of runs down the skirt. But just 2 drops on something like that. And so we went over to the Hog Trough in New York at the Suffer New York show. And he was pitching this jig, and there was a bunch of people watching. It was kind of like after hours. And, the fish were hitting it. And, they were pretty active fish. So then I threw him the bottle. He put 2 drops on it. He cast it out. And it didn't even go halfway down before a fish came in from like 5 or 6 feet away and just smashed it. And it didn't spit it out. That was the other thing. Before, the fish were biting it, and he could just like pop it out like you see if you guys go to those trade shows. You see like the anglers try and pop it out of their mouth. The fish bit it, and it wouldn't let go. And he kind of noticed that, and he was like, "That's kind of weird." And then he popped it harder because it didn't have a hook on it. And he popped it out of its mouth, and then another fish came and ate it. So he got like 3 bites in one cast, and then he caught the bluegill, which is pretty funny because he basically reeled the bluegill in. The bluegill almost choked it. It didn't have a hook on it.
Yeah.
But it had like the hook was cut off on it.
It's trying to swallow it.
Yeah, the fish were basically swallowing it, and it was definitely night and day versus no scent versus scent with the bite, the hold.
Yeah, crazy, man.
I just want to say this real quick, too. This is a little detail as well. Some of you guys may have noticed me holding this random plastic thing with bait on it. This comes in the white label bags. So this keeps the baits like nice and like together when they're hanging in retail or like in your, behind me, there's like a whole bunch of bait hanging there. And what it also does is it like allows you to put the baits nicely back in the bag for you guys who are really picky about how your bait's stored. The other thing for kayak guys and for guys on your boat, it's super narrow.
Yeah, it really is.
So it keeps the baits kind of like all like this. So they don't get bunched down at the bottom and make your storage like super messy. So another like funny detail that makes a fisherman's life a lot easier.
Big time. Big time.
Big time.
Hold on real quick too. We never finished this conversation.
Let's do it.
3.7 inch.
Okay, yep.
The new ones are 3.25.
Oh, wow.
And then the ones that are almost gone are 2.8s in the pearl white. I don't have any other colors.
What?
Say what?
They're all sold out. We had them at the trade shows, but they're gone. The key with these two, they have a little bit of a fatter belly to them. They're like
I saw that, man. It looked like a little fatty swimmy.
Again, made in that Vital Series plastic, so pretty dang durable. The Vital Series stuff is going to be, 2 or 3 times stronger than your average baits. Your white label stuff's going to be 5 to 8 times as strong. Except for the slugs, I don't know. I fished with this one like almost all day one day. I just leave it on there because it's like a little trophy of how long it lasted.
Let's talk about the future of Zee Baits. Anything new in production other than
something? We're always working on some things.
Okay.
We have, let's see.
Somebody's asking about Zee Bait grub or finesse fish style bait.
Yeah, so we had thought about some finesse stuff. It's kind of why we brought in like that little tiny swim bait, and then obviously why we brought out the twig.
Sure.
It's a battle a little bit because so many people use this now, and the bamboo bomber as a drop shot bait, and that bamboo bomber has honestly caught most of our tournament guys. It's made them most of their money.
Sure.
So it's kind of tough to like come out with like a little like shad looking thing that would be used just for drop shot. When the bamboo bomber looks so good, and honestly, people always say, "Oh, I want to find a bait that has a different profile or a different action."
When you already have one that does.
But they still want it to look like the forage, which sometimes I don't know. That bamboo bomber looks like nothing, and I think
that's the magic in those skinny style stick baits. It's like the freaking centipede. What is that? It's a do nothing bait. I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like a very approachable bait, but got a lot of action packed into it and secondary action. You know what I mean?
So I see it. I don't know how long ago this comment was. There's a little bit of delay on my comments. I see someone asked about a 4-inch bamboo bomber.
I was just going to say that would be a bait that I would totally be into. SmallmouthCrush approved, Eric. Logo on that little package. Boom.
No, me and Hunter already got a deal. It's going to be Epic Eric approved. Sorry.
I'm out.
Sorry.
I'm out.
So...
You're too late, bro. You asked for the discount too early. I'm paying the premium. What up now?
The bamboo bomber's 5 inches, right? You guys want it to be 4 inches.
Just bite it down.
It ain't that simple. Come on.
That's why it was designed that way. Bamboo shoots, joints like on a bamboo shoot.
Travis, this is the madness of Zee Baits. He's like a JDM guy here in America.
I'll tell you what, though. We were talking about some funny stuff. Because we go to trade shows, we get all these different baits and stuff like that, and I travel all over the country and whatnot. And I hadn't ever seen, I know a lot about different bait companies. It's kind of like my job, obviously, to look and understand all different bait companies' baits. I had never seen, I don't have them, I don't know where they are. They're over by my desk. I have some of Missile Baits, John's little teeny tiny, I don't know what they're called, tiny little crawlers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we were
it's for the micro jig.
Yeah, they're tiny. I didn't realize how small they were, right? And we kind of joked, and we were like, well, what if we made a bamboo bomber that was like the exact same size as that?
Micro.
Ice fishing.
Yeah, wow.
Tiny, like as big as a little, that thing is only this big. It's like 1.5 inches long. But the problem is that bait would have to be totally redesigned.
Huge
process for it.
This thing right here,
it's the fuse crawl.
Them smallies will suck that in, dude.
Yeah, dude. Travis likes it.
Like this big. They're tiny.
They're very small.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, do you have any of these?
Yes, I finally found them. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
All right. That's crazy.
Eric obviously knows what those are.
Well, Travis, he FaceTimed me, man. He said, check this bait out from the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, have you put in the tank, Travis?
No, because I just found them yesterday.
Oh, okay. You got to rig one up.
I'm going to go to Will's next week, by the way. I don't know if you guys seen Will's live videos today, but they jacked about 32 pounds of smallmouth.
Yeah, he FaceTimed me. Joe caught 2 and Will caught
Yeah.
2.
I'll be
Well,
up there
FaceTime.
I will be there next week for a bunch of days in a row. So I'm gonna try these out. Yeah.
Hey,
Crazy.
so someone says on there they're having trouble adding baits to their cart via Google Chrome. I wish I knew what problem you were having, because Google Chrome is always what I use. So I don't know. You might have to refresh your page. I don't know what your problem is. I'm sorry. If you explain, I will certainly help. Yeah.
Somebody said bring back the original bamboo bomber. What was the difference?
Here, hold on. I'll find one.
Okay, I'm really curious. Like, why would somebody ask for the OG?
Because it's the OG.
Dude, you know I like an
Everybody
OG
always
bait,
wants
man.
that you stop making.
Isn't that the truth? What's going on with that, man?
And here, I'll show you guys our old packaging. This is like archive baits here.
Dude, I can't wait to see it. I'm all pumped up. I love stuff like that.
It's so bad.
To see the journey that you made, you know, as a designer, bait maker.
All right. Well, this is okay. So this, which that's convenient. We just brought these back.
Oh, what?
So black ribtail worms.
Oh yeah, man, straight
Just
black.
brought them back.
Very underappreciated color.
And this,
Except Travis knows.
this fine stuff is our OG original packaging.
Whoa, man, check it out.
Right? And then this was first generation, second generation, third generation.
Okay, second generation, is that the original bamboo bomber? And how does the bait differ? Why would somebody be going, bring it back?
So the original one was designed for punching.
Okay.
And the idea behind it was like how a 5-inch stick bait, or like I'm trying to think of who has like a really thin crawfish that you like use for punching.
Oh my God! It's what you call it, man. It's Gambler.
Yeah, that's it. I was trying to think.
It's the cricket.
Yeah.
Right here.
So
how do I do it? I mean, he's just talking about a bait. How do I do that? I don't even know sometimes.
I don't know, man.
It's
like an old
cricket,
husband
man.
and wife talking about something, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about."
got that. Yeah, I hear you.
So, so current bamboo bomber.
All right, I'm looking
5-inch.
at it. Yep, 5-inch. Oh, six.
What was it?
Didn't change, right?
6.75.
So essentially just a bigger bait. Is it the same shape? Meaning, is it the same width or the round size compared?
No.
Okay, so the new one's thinner. Would you say? Oh wow! Oh, that's a much bigger bait. Very.
So this is the refined bamboo bomber. This was like the concept, you'll call it.
That's so cool, man. Do you still have the molds for the old one?
I do. They're hand injection molds, but the only part that was kept the same, which is pretty funny, if I can show you guys, is the tentacles were kept.
Much thinner on the new.
Yeah, but they're kept the same length.
Oh, very
So you
interesting.
get way more action out of this than you do this. But this was designed for cut it down one joint and put a 1.5 ounce tungsten flipping bullet weight on there for punching through 2-foot mats in Texas. And it worked. But guys kept cutting it down 2 or 3 joints because they wanted a shorter profile. So when you cut it down 2 or 3 joints, you get exactly kind of where we are now.
Yeah, very interesting, man. Wow, really, that's cool, man. Thanks for sharing that.
So yeah, we did that adjustment in like a year. Because,
how about that? How many versions did it take you to get down? And I mean, so like when you're designing a bait, right? They got to make a mold, and then they got to make the mold for the big run, which is the aluminum mold, right?
Yeah.
Like, so how do you make the hand injection ones? I mean, what are they making them out of? Like, do they make them quick, just for hand shots? Like,
no, they're not. Well, yeah, they're not quick. I mean, I can go grab one. They're just so we make silicone molds.
That's what I mean.
So I make those in house. So we have So like this is carved out of wood.
Yeah, you make the master. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty rough out of wood.
Sure.
But looks pretty good.
Okay.
And then Dom gives me that, and I do my magic with the silicone, and we mold it into a 2-part mold. That gives us the idea. It's not refined, but usually the action does pretty much what it would do. And then we might fish with that, him and I, for a little while, or we might send some to our field staff, our pro team guys that are on the trails and stuff.
Test it out, sure.
You know, and they understand that it's not anything remotely what it's going to look like at the end.
Right.
But it gives them the idea. They can put it in their hand, they can feel it, they can mess around with it, they can rig it up. And then we go from there and do like super detailed refinements down. It usually goes like 5 or 6 iterations past the initial design.
Man, that's so cool, man.
This took like 4 years.
Holy crap, dude. Do you have a mold real super quick handy, like of an OG? So any mold just to
Give me one second.
Hunter, do you shoot one bait at a time?
For test molds, yeah, because I mean you're just shooting like, 5 or 6 pieces for somebody to get a pack worth.
Crazy.
To test it out.
Wow.
And I mean every company does that. Let me go grab one real quick.
Yeah, dude, I think people would be fascinated to see it.
Yeah, so it's they're not the silicone ones, like I said, are pretty basic. Just so we get the idea. Those are like sort of in-house, and then we do get. I'm over here on Dom's desk trying to find.
That's cool.
All of them, real quick.
Do you have one of those vacuum deals to take the bubbles out of the?
No, I got you.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll show you guys a couple things here, so you can get the idea. Let me find an aluminum mold here real quick. That mold's going to be too heavy to move. This will give you guys an idea here real quick. So we have the silicone molds, which I didn't grab, but that's okay. But I'll show you guys the original. This is like stuff you guys will see like, in a museum in 10 years or maybe like 30 years, right? So let's see here.
Oh, dude, this is awesome, man.
The bamboo bomber, right?
Yeah.
The original one. Well, there's the wood carving of it.
Oh, that's so cool, dude.
That's awesome.
I love it. Sorry to
so that's
Eric. Hey.
That's the wood carving that Dom carved in
2015,
give or take.
Hey.
And the best part is, look how we so on the bottom of the bamboo bomber and all the baits, it has our logo. But we always did that with little glitter pieces.
That's crazy.
This was like the first one that's cast in silicone.
Dude, people are jamming on this right now, man. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
What the hell? How did he not break the little wings when he was carving it, bro?
I don't know.
And what kind of wood is that? Is it like? I
don't know. He would know.
It better be bamboo.
It's like balsa wood.
I'm gonna carve it out of bamboo.
It's seriously like really light. And then he has some. I don't even know how he does it. But he like does some kind of spray paint coating on it. I'm not really sure. It's kind of lacquer coating thing.
Yeah.
And then
some dudes will they'll harden it with super glue.
Yeah, exactly. So here, we'll take it to the next level. So
nice. That's what we're here for.
Hold on. Yeah, this table's a mess right now. It looks like your shop, Eric.
Hey, I don't mean to bring this up either, but Eric and I. So
you mean like right when he's flowing?
Okay, keep going.
What is your malfunction,
I'm
dude?
out. Okay. I'm out again.
Let him go. He was gonna take it up another notch, and you're like, not to interrupt the flow. What?
I'm off the screen, bro. Go ahead.
Finish, man.
So let's see here. You got the armor crawl.
Yeah.
Right. And this was like the OG armor crawl design.
Oh wow.
It's not like this was not a great shot. It kind of got messed up. But if you look at it, the concept of the bait is there.
Yeah. And then like 4 years of just
of refinement.
That's crazy.
So here, oh my gosh, I almost dropped it.
Oh geez.
That's the wood carving.
Holy crap. Dude, that is tight, man.
Wow.
That's crazy. I love it, man. Wow.
Yeah, so pretty
That's
cool.
dynamite, man.
And then I have here, this is a test mold.
There you go.
Oh, it's got a hinge on it. But this is the original test mold for the bamboo bomber.
Wow.
So single cavity. So if any of you guys make your own baits at home, same idea as the ones you guys buy online. You guys make your own. Except this one was obviously custom milled for us, and it has a hinge on it, which is pretty fancy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that had that big 6.75 inch bamboo bomber on there. So this is a single cavity, and the hand injection molds that we started with had about 10 cavities in them.
Oh yeah.
So you're shooting 10 baits at a time.
Yep.
But we had 4 molds of each bait style. The original Mudpuppy mold only had 3 baits in it, and then you go from that to our mass production molds, which is what everybody uses in the industry, and you shoot like 30 bamboo bombers at a time.
Wow.
On our bigger injection machine. If any of you guys have ever seen some posts that I've made, sometimes I don't post a lot about it, but I post some things about it.
Very cool. Thank you for that. All right, Travis, what you got, man?
Nothing. I'm not worthy.
Worthy? You mean worthy?
Whatever I said.
Well, where were you going with it, man? You're supposed to hold the thought and come in heavy.
All I'm saying is, after the episode we had 2 nights ago where it got a little heated.
It did.
And
you got kooky.
Crazy.
I tried to referee.
We decided not to swear, and Eric broke the swear rule.
You're getting a little squirrely, dude. Are you
No,
okay?
I'm good.
The words are not coming out
No,
quite
no,
right.
we're good.
I bet you're all happy. This is a happy Travis.
I'm fine. I'm learning.
I haven't seen you this happy in months,
I
man.
learned a lot tonight.
Hunter, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the happiest he's been on a stream in a long time.
And I'm tired, dude. I woke up at 2 o'clock last night and stayed up.
We like tired Travis. We like happy Travis. This is good, man.
I've been up almost 21 hours. 20 hours.
Remember that time you were up at the Classic for...
So
I roll into the Classic on a whim. And
sounds
I meet
like
Travis.
Sounds
Travis
like
goes,
Biden.
Yeah,
John.
Travis goes, I think I'm going to die. I'm like, are you sick, dude? And he goes, no, I just haven't slept in 4 days. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, literally, dude, I've been up 48 hours straight and I think I'm going to die. And I'm like, well, just take a nap. He goes, all right, I will. And he took a nap and he felt fine. But you had convinced yourself, you felt like your body was just going to shut down.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to cut you guys off.
Yeah.
I was just on the back end of my website.
Yep.
Just to be curious.
Yeah, man.
There was a lot of people on the website.
That's cool.
Which is good because we don't have a record crowd tonight at all. We're at 3.
Yeah,
but by tomorrow morning we'll be pretty good.
Yeah, so I am going to give you guys a discount for everybody who's still in here. You got lucky you stayed.
I knew it.
Yeah. So we'll just keep it simple like the other ones. Just make it SmallmouthCrush, all capital letters. At the end of checkout, you'll see a little thing that's like drop down for coupon code. And you just type in SmallmouthCrush, full capital letters. I'm going to make sure it works. Turn it on here real quick. And yeah, that'll 30% off is a big discount.
Whoa, you're doing 30, dude?
I give discounts.
Holy
shit. Doesn't do that,
Nikes.
dude. That is freaking awesome.
30% off. How long will that go for? Because
it's going to go.
A lot of viewers are going to watch this tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to go till, I think I have it set to go till Sunday at midnight.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah, it's 30% off. That's the biggest discount I've ever given to anything. I don't really give discounts. That's more discounts than some of our brand ambassadors get.
Mm-hmm. And can we take a moment to talk about some of those guys? Because a lot of them actually are following our channel. And I want to give a moment just to give a shout out to those guys because they really love your baits. I know John's one of them. There's been a few others. Can you talk about those guys and how important they are to your business?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Great question, Travis.
All right. So while I'm talking about them, I'm gonna fix the coupon code because some reason it's not working.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, everybody.
Hold up, guys.
Hold on, everybody. Hold your horses.
Hold up.
Don't click buy yet. Well, you can if you want, but yeah. So I mean, field staff, brand ambassadors, pro staff, field people, field anglers, whatever you guys want to call them. It's kind of a trendy thing in the industry right now. When I started the company, it wasn't that trendy. It was kind of, we caught it just at the start of it. I did a lot of work for bigger companies like DeWalt and Stanley Black & Decker and Under Armour, stuff like that. So I knew that thing was I knew that brand ambassadors or influencers is the baseline of it, is a thing and was a thing. And it is very effective to help show other people how good a brand's products are. In the real world, it's unfiltered. Yes, in our case, those guys do get some discounts. But in the grand scheme of things, they're buying thousands of dollars worth of bait a year. So it's just a little thank you for the extra promotion they do.
Sure.
And, I do have two different levels of it. We have what we call field staff, and then we have our pro team. And field staff or brand ambassadors are guys that, don't fish tournaments, but fish a ton. Your pond hoppers that go fishing probably more than I honestly do anymore. They're really good at video or taking photos and things like that. So it's a real big help for me because my company, I didn't even say that, it's run by me day to day. I don't have any employees. Dom works for me part-time. In the fall, I do have a guy that will help me package bait if I need help. But yeah, I mean, day to day, every one of your guys' orders is going to be shipped by me. So when I can get guys that are out fishing, when I'm trying to build the brand, they're helping me like indirectly build the brand. They help, they're out in tournaments or out fishing, and they know I'm really stingent about it. I don't just give it out to anybody that asks. I want you to try the product first. I want you to understand why these baits last a lot longer than, the traditional ones. And I want you to understand it so that when you get on the field staff or on the pro team, you understand it. You can explain the product as well as I can. That's what I think a brand ambassador should be. I don't expect you to fish all the baits, of course. I don't expect anybody to do that. And to be honest, I don't really expect people to fish the baits all the time. That's unrealistic. A lot of companies, if you guys talk to people, will say, hey, I can't fish this bait because that company doesn't make it. Well, that's ridiculous. They don't always want to eat a tube. Sometimes a rage crawl works. I get that. But yeah, all those guys at whatever level they are, John's on here quite a bit. Some of the other guys were on here before. So from local tournaments to national level, we have guys that fish as a men. We have Chris Santoro and Preston Maples who fish pretty high level of KBF for kayak bass fishing. And I think Chris is now fishing Bassmaster Kayak Series. I'm not sure if he actually agreed to do that or not. He was supposed to fish that Bassmaster Open or the Bassmaster Kayak event. But I'm trying to fix the stupid coupon code here.
Hold on, guys.
I don't know what's going on here. Let's see here. Marketing. My brain's kind of not working. It's going 100 miles an hour. It says SmallmouthCrush unless I spelt it wrong.
Travis, the red and blue type again, dude. What is your malfunction? Color theory.
Dude, I don't know.
Hunter, as the graphic designer, would you ever put anything red and blue? Horrible. Worst you could pick.
Because I don't pick. I'm not picking it.
The wizard is.
Here, you want this better?
I like the blue and white.
Is that better?
Let's see. We'll be the judge of that.
I don't know how to change it. I'm struggling here, guys.
Just consult the operations manual that you're keeping track of.
Here we go. I got it.
Policies and procedures, bro.
It's not that easy, dude.
Write it down so you remember it next time and put a big no. Never red and blue together. They vibrate.
If anybody's texting me that's watching this that has my phone number, I can't see your text messages, but I can hear my phone is going crazy.
I hear it too.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Let's see here.
There we go. Black and white. Very simple. Now I can read it in even the small, tiny little type.
Apply discount code. Oh, it worked. Woohoo.
Got it.
Hey, don't forget about the scorpions, too.
What about them?
I don't know. I like them. I'm gonna do a.
Well, we kind of talked about them, but yeah, we can talk about them more. So, for those who don't know what scorpions are, they're kind of right over here hanging on my wall. Eric got to see my giant swim bait wall. That's got all of our baits.
Oh, yeah.
But these are new, brand new. They came out in, I think the first time they were sold was maybe January this year. They're made by a company called Fresh Baits. It's my friend's company from the guys who run a pretty big Instagram page called Get Bent TV.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool dudes. They're from the north. I believe they're in, I want to say Massachusetts, I think. Massachusetts. I want to say Connecticut. Yeah, Massachusetts. So I helped them not develop the bait, but like get this bait to market. They knew that I had known them from a couple of other years. They knew that I could help them get the bait to market. They kind of approached me, a little nervous at first, but I was like, no, I mean, I don't have this bait. This bait's pretty cool. I got to see it quite a while ago, long before it came out. And I was like, man, you need to bring that to market. I helped them design the packaging and, telling them it should be in these cool clamshells and keep the baits nice because, of course, you got that crazy little tail on there. And no one wants to buy a scorpion or a crawfish with a tail like all flat. That would kind of defeat the purpose. So that's a little detail there. But yeah, they're made in America. Giant American flag right there, which is always cool. And they do feature our anise bass syrup scent. That's kind of our little partnership that we did with them. And I do have them on our website. I don't have a ton left. I'm looking at maybe, I don't know, 20 some packs. That's about it.
Dan goes, I'll put one of them in my buddy's sleeping bag.
Nice.
Yeah, the black and blue ones, I don't have one. The black and blue ones look really good, or they have the black and red ones. I like they have a watermelon with like a blue flake in it, which is really nice. But honestly, it's funny. We have like 4 of these left. These sell really well.
Like a bed fishing bait? What's the inspiration behind a scorpion?
I don't know.
Crazy looking, crawl looking?
I mean, yeah, different profile, right?
If you're down on Lake Havasu and you're not throwing the scorpion, you're a moron.
Did you say scorpion? Scorpion? Don't be calling people morons.
Am I acting like I don't even want to say it. Never mind.
Anyways, back to the topic. If you guys go to
I'm acting like Biden
you're
right
not
now.
Throwing a scorpion. I don't think scorpions can swim, but I don't know.
Except I'm not sniffing hair. All right, continue.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We tried. It was almost political free.
Anyways.
That's right.
So the scorpions get rigged on typically an owner stand-up. I don't know the exact name of these owner stand-ups, but we do have them on the website. I think there might be one over here. No, there's not. So they have really good action. The guys on Get Bent TV, or if you look up Fresh Baits with a Z at the end, they have an Instagram page which has all the videos of that underwater.
Oh, he's on. Get Bent TV's on right now. I just commented.
There he is.
Bent TV. Cool. Tell us the name of the stand-up jighead. It's an owner what?
I think they're called like Super, or like, I have one, but I don't know where it is.
I got him, but I'm not going to dig. Anyway.
I got them. There's a bunch of them hanging on the wall right next to me. I just can't reach it from here.
I got you. 10-4.
But yeah, so pretty easy to put that through there. Oh, and I already did it. But if you want to make it weedless.
Oh, snap. What?
In a sparse grass situation, not heavy grass, obviously, but a sparse grass situation. So the eye of your hook is right there, kind of tucked under the tail.
Yeah, man.
And then it makes the grass kind of like go over it, but it's going to go like this. You can also just rig it on a regular EWG hook, and it's weightless. Guys from Get Bent and Fresh Baits have a video of it weightless. It's pretty cool. again, it scoots, and then it has that secondary action where it scoots backwards automatically by itself, just because of the design of the legs, help it like kind of float down by itself. And yeah, this is a 1/8 ounce owner stand-up jig. I do have them on the website. You can also search freshbaits.com, and these guys have all their colors in stock. I don't have all the colors left in stock. They have all the colors left in stock. I'm pretty sure. I don't think anything sold out quite yet. It was sold out for a little while. But that's a brand new website. They got some sweet apparel too. They have says fresh right on the front of their sweatshirts.
All right, Gempin TV says 1/8 ounce owner stand up. That's what he likes.
Yeah.
1/8 ounce owner stand up jig head.
Yeah, it's like a slider jig, I would call it. It has like a little sliding piece there on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Tight, man.
Electric chicken, that's what this color's called.
That's a big saltwater color, man, for speckled trout. Electric chicken.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah.
Yo, man. You know that, man.
Yeah, big time.
I heard you talking about hooking a drum. Dude, you got to get down and hook up with Captain Scooter Lilly on the Pamlico Sound catching frickin' world-class red drum. 55, 60 pounders,
that's
man.
Crazy.
It is, man. Light tackle.
I never caught too much saltwater fish. I mean, catch rockfish in Maryland, but...
Yeah. These are epic because, you're fishing in 3 to 4 foot of water. Light tackle.
Top water plugs.
Oh, you could do it all, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
With an ultralight rod. No, I'm just kidding.
that would
be pretty cool.
Travis, if you hook and catch and land a 50-pound drum on a bobby rod, that would be epic. That would be, you could set a world record. I'm sure the boat would be doing most of the work.
Yeah, right.
Right, you'd have to chase it with the boat. You'd get spooled on that bobby rod.
You would.
Hey, hold on. Somebody bought out a lot of the slugs. Let me see if I have more, and I'll put more online real quick.
Okay, cool, man. Look at that. Slugs are sold out.
Slugs.
Say what, Travis?
I can't even get any slugs in there.
Slugs.
Unreal.
All right, let's see here. Don't mind the background noise here for a second.
So while Hunter's checking out his inventory, we going live tomorrow night, Eric?
I mean, I think we got to.
What's the topic? Who are we going to have on board?
We got the band back together. I thought you were going to arrange some music.
Oh, yeah.
You had a whole schedule, man, bro.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Let me look at my schedule.
Let's look at that, man.
Yeah. Samaitis.
Samatus.
That too.
Samatus, I know you're watching.
It's not Samatus.
Can you please phonetically sound out the name and how you pronounce the bait company? Because Travis is struggling.
Tacklecraft.
Joe
Raymond. Maybe I could have Joe Raymond on tomorrow night.
Dude, he was just up. He's in New York now.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I introduced him to the whole opportunity up there, and now he's running the whole show and just leaves me behind. Not cool.
Dude, he sold his house in PA.
I know.
He's living your dream.
He's done. I like
he sold the kids.
Here's the promised land, Joe.
He sold everything.
And now, next thing I know, he's just doing this thing up there.
Dude, he got out before the madness started.
I got nothing.
The flathead invasion on the Susky. Hunter, you fish the Susky a lot, right?
No, actually, I can't remember the last time I did fish it.
Travis, it's just what I said it was. Samatus.
Yeah, it's Samatus Baits, right?
Yeah. Now, what were you calling it? Samatus?
What are you?
He just sounded it out for you.
Okay.
Samatus Baits. Say it.
Samatus.
Say it fast. Say it fast.
Samatus.
Excellent. I think you got it. Samatus, let's hear it. Did he get it right?
He might have left.
No, he just responded.
No, he did. I'm looking at the comments. Get Bent TV is the one that spelled it out
for us. No, Samatus Base at Get Bent TV. Stop texting me.
We should have him on.
Well,
some point.
I mean, set it up. He's here.
Yeah, he's in here quite a lot.
So why don't you ask him?
Yeah, he's welcome anytime. He knows that.
Dude, we're talking about tomorrow night, setting up a guest.
All right, yeah, come on. If you got a 1080 camera and a mic, let's do this.
Here comes all the requirements, folks. If you want to be on this show, you better get a 1080
There's
mic.
a really big checklist that Travis emailed me.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, guys.
Off that I had it all.
Yeah. Pre-production, there was like this discussion around head height. And so Hunter had to go through it, and Travis was like, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm surprised you didn't make me get a ring light. Maybe you just like me being all like raccoon-eyed and stuff. And, I mean, you held it back. I asked you to text me what the ring light was. I had to go on. I had to do YouTube study this week. I'm stepping up my game, bro.
Get anyone that Travis doesn't argue with.
Ring light.
You look great. You got proper lighting in
Listen,
that.
I love the way the show's been going. I love the different guests. I love the different reaction. It's like off the hook. You never know what's going to happen every night. Tonight was very calm, and I knew that it was going to be a very calm show.
So what happened? What was different? Let's talk about why.
You don't have two freaking tournament guys pounding heads all night.
Yeah.
With different ideas. That's what that's all about.
So I think the lesson learned is let's respect other people's opinions and positions. Let's ask questions and be open to learning.
Let me know in the comments tonight who you guys want to see on an upcoming show. I guess we are going to go live tomorrow night, but we can't keep going every night. I think we're going to have a Tuesday. We're always going to do Tuesday nights, and then we might have a weekend special, Friday or Saturday.
Right on.
I mean, I could do it every night, but I honestly, Eric, I don't think you can handle it.
I think you just said. I said I think we have to keep going until the.
I told you that last night. You're like, oh, we need a night off. Go eat pizza and watch movies.
No, you decided you'd eat pizza and watch movies. I didn't suggest it. You said, I think I'm going to order a pizza and watch movies with my wife. And I said, that's a great idea to reconnect with our spouse. True or not?
Yes.
And how did it go?
I don't know. All the comments are coming in.
And clearly you woke up at 2 o'clock, so there's something on the brain bucket.
And here's the craziest thing. Now I'm wide awake and ready to go.
Travis, did you go back to sleep or no?
Not since 2 a.m., no.
That's weird. You're not at a trade show. Come on.
I know.
Well, Travis is weird. But that's why we love him. Travis, you're kind of going now, but your engine started slow.
I was honestly... You were doing a great job moderating again, and I was being more... If you saw me typing, I was typing away in the comments tonight.
I did see you tonight. That was good.
So I'm learning my role. I know when there's 3 people on the screen, and if you're doing most of the talking, and we got a guest, I need to just get off of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Pop in every once in a while. Because I'm controlling this bitch right here with all these buttons. Okay? I hit buttons to make this fucking show work.
You are the spaceship master.
Yeah.
So you are the producer of the show,
then
you got to have a good moderator. But when you try to do it all, it goes all wonky.
Yeah. No, right? Ryan's not banned. In fact, he got his own studio chair today. If you look on his Instagram, somebody sent him a charity chair.
You can say it,
Eric stepped it up.
No, I think you need to address me as Epic Eric.
Hunter, if this gets crazy right now, I just want to thank you for coming on and explaining your baits.
One more thing.
I am not kidding.
When you guys talk to Travis, you call him Captain Travis. Manson.
I am
Captain
super.
Travis.
No, I'm not that guy. I ain't the guy that got a captain's license and now call me Captain. Don't ever call me Captain. Ever.
I flipped a bamboo stick into that brush pile that you were laying
Don't
in.
fucking call me Captain.
Actually hooked up right now. I'm reeling you in.
Hey, swear to God, I will mess him up this year on the Chesapeake with this bait. If I can get a better color than Junebug.
And this.
Perhaps.
Fun fact, we know a guy who works for a rather large reel company. That's about all I can say.
Yeah.
He was fishing this with somebody going up to the docks and the flats in the Chesapeake. For anybody who doesn't know, the most northern part of the Chesapeake, where a lot of tournaments go out of. they were behind like multiple boats. You know, everybody's trying to get that last fish in, right? They caught quite a few fish going up that grass line all the way back up on this. I don't remember what they were fishing it on, but this was the color they were using, and it hasn't come out yet, but that's why it's going to be called Chesapeake grass.
Oh, baby.
Just a fun fact. Also, real quick, someone earlier asked, let me find a smaller one so it fits on the screen, but so you guys can see it in person, or so to say. This is the new shirt that we brought out. Eric kind of saw it real quick before.
Dude, that's dynamite, bro.
It's got the armor crawl design on like a drawing board, so it's like the concept of the crawl on there, and it's made with a company called Nine Line Apparel, if anybody knows that brand.
No, I don't.
But yeah, so we're one of the first fishing companies, I think, to co-brand with them on a shirt, just so people can see that in a little more detail. The website photo's good, but it's always nice to see it kind of like, especially when you're talking apparel.
Oh, sure, man.
No, that's great. Guys should definitely check that out. I just want to say one more thing, because I looked in the comments. A lot of guys are saying we should have, and I thought about this idea, we should have one of our, like a super chat guest, someone that donates a lot to the channel. Let's have them call in. Let's hear
somebody
from Sean.
Said that was me, and so yes, I'd like you to have Sean call in. How quickly you forget the ideas and where it flows from, bro. Yes,
okay. We should have guys like that.
Fan night.
We should do that one night for sure.
There's no question about it. I think it would be freaking fantastic, man. Yeah. We could do a private Zoom session with all the super chat fans, man. I would get off on that. That'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah,
hey, Eric, I got a question.
Yeah, man. Talk to me, Chief.
Is that the same Chick-fil-A cup you were using 7 days ago?
No, man. I get an unsweetened iced tea every day, and this is what's going on, man. I love it.
Okay.
Unsweetened. Unsweetened.
Because usually the bottoms kind of like wear out after
the
look.
Day. It's clean. It's fresh, man. It's fresh.
I don't care. I was just
no ring. I've been going through one of these a day, man. I need a little caffeine in the evening, so you know, to hang till 2. I brought a snack tonight because normally around 1 o'clock I get hungry, man. So
Samatus.
I got me a kind bar in case it goes in 3 hours, man. I can bust it out of my little desk. Yeah, man. Yep. Got to have it, man. Got to have it.
Hey, we also make 5-inch swim baits. Didn't say anything about those either, but
okay.
We'll talk a little bit about those.
Are you out of stock on syrup? Somebody said they were having trouble putting an order through. How are the orders flowing through? Can you see that? Jamie Newton said it. Jamie, are you still having problems? I'll text him.
Let's see. No, somebody ordered a minute ago.
Okay, cool.
Somebody ordered 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
So no, there's stuff coming through. If you go to put a product in the cart, and it doesn't say out of stock right away, when you go to like click I want this and it says add to cart, it will tell you that this product cannot be added to your cart, and it's because it's out of stock or it's on back stock. I don't take any, like, you guys go to Tackle Warehouse and it says like product coming soon. We'll do that with a date, but it'll still let you add it to the cart. That means it's like sitting down in my warehouse downstairs and it's like made, but it's ready to go. We just haven't packaged it up yet. I don't do any back order stock stuff because I know, just like myself, how fast every angler wants to get their baits. So I try not to do too much pre-order or back order stuff. It just kind of creates a little bit of headache. But bass syrup, going to that, let me check real quick. I got a stack of bass syrup sitting next to me.
Okay, cool. Do you know when your Willow underspins and super swings will be back in stock?
Give me 1 second here. So yeah, the anise and garlic was out of stock. I don't know what happened there. That's not supposed to be right. So the only thing, everything. Let's see here. The only thing that's out of stock in bass syrup is the shad is out of stock. Okay. That's just because our supplier that produces that is closed right now, unfortunately. The X-Swimmer, someone said the
Willow underspins and super swings.
Yeah.
When will they be back in stock?
The super swings and 3-aught are actually right now they're discontinued, but we do have the unpainted ones on there. The 5/0s are in stock. The X blades are coming from my manufacturer right now, but unfortunately, because of the whole COVID thing, they're really delayed. Everything on that's in stock except for the, I think the 2/0. Unfortunately, that's the one I was talking about. Are out of stock, but even though those are out of stock, actually they're all out of stock apparently now. 4/0s, 5/0s, the 3/0s are out, and the 2/0s. So unfortunately, the 4s and the 5s are the only ones in stock right now. But when that shipment comes from my supplier for that, fun fact, we are getting back in stock the 1/0 hooks, and the 1/0s go on those the 3.25s. And that's going to be really good for this time of year. They should hopefully be in stock, and I'm hoping in a week they'll be back. And again, that 1/0 hook is going to come in a 3/16 and a 1/4 ounce weight, so 2 different size weights.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice. And I believe I think I had them produce us the 3/16 2/0, which is nice in a really shallow water in the spring for like bedding and not having to go down into the bed, but kind of like scooting across the top.
Nice.
So yeah, when those come back in stock, we'll have a lot more. Unfortunately, right now, I didn't realize how bad the whole COVID thing was going to get here. I saw it coming from China, way before everybody else did, because I get our packaging made in China. So I knew it was coming. Like basically during Christmas, they were like, "Hey, something's not right. Like we're probably gonna shut down." It's about all they said.
Dang, man. Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, so they'll come back in stock. Everything else is in stock. The bright plum ribtail worms will be in stock maybe later next week. I have to make some more. I have to make a couple thousand bamboo bombers tomorrow for a monthly subscription box.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. So
very cool, dude.
So yeah, those will go out in a week or two.
Okay. Did you say blue fleck?
Yeah. So the bright plum that we make, I sold the last pack. I don't even have any. It's like a bright, like Kool-Aid red color. With straight blue flake in it, not hex flake. It's like they're like little straight flakes. Really good for clear water. We had developed the color for a Bass Nation or 4-time Bass Nation national qualifier.
Yep.
That fished for one of his college, and we developed it for that, and a lot of people just liked it, so we just kind of kept it.
Sure.
But yeah, we have a whole bunch of new colors coming out. We have like our version of a falcon crawl color coming out in the crawl that we're going to call outlaw crawl, and
nice.
A couple other colors that'll come out this spring, and a let's see.
We're getting a lot of questions right now, and people can't buy your fucking products, so I'm getting nervous.
I mean,
I don't know.
There's everything's in stock.
I don't know.
There's not that many people on the website, so it's not overloaded.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry.
No, I mean the website can just handle like a lot of people if it needs to.
Speaking of handle.
Gee. I mean, there's people ordering. Since I looked before, 3 more people ordered. So, what's probably happening, to be honest, is some of those items that maybe people had in their carts.
Yeah.
Some of those, like the X blades. You just have to refresh your page if you're on a page, because I did just put those. I didn't realize for some reason the bass syrup. Sometimes our inventories glitch, and the bass syrup is not sold out. But so you have to refresh that page if you're trying to put it in your cart, and it still won't let you. So that the back end of your page that you are on understands that it, it wants to work. But yeah, so somebody may
refresh your page, bros, if you're having problems, right?
Yeah, somebody may have snagged. It's just like going on Tackle Warehouse when they released the Bassmaster Classic new baits, and all of a sudden you go to order it and it's in stock. Then you order it, you check out, and you get that horrible email that tells you that it's out of stock and it's going to come back in stock April 13th.
Man, that hurts, doesn't it? It hurts, man. It hurts.
Zee Baits, are you on Tackle Warehouse?
No, we are not on Tackle Warehouse, but I will tell everybody on here, go email them and tell them that you want my product on Tackle Warehouse.
And
it's the
have you
fastest
tried
way to get it on there.
Have you tried contacting my favorite tackle store, The Real Shot? We could certainly get you in that store.
I have not yet, actually.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Actually, guys, screw Tackle Warehouse. I know Hunter wants...
I mean, I'm on Fish USA.
Yeah.
Whoa, there you go.
Email The Real Shot. Listen, honestly, guys, if you are watching this show, email it, and you like baits and you want to help support the channel, I know Tackle Warehouse is good, but The Real Shot, they'll certainly get you into Hunter with your baits.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Send them an email and say, hey,
any retailer,
SmallmouthCrush talks about your store all the time. Any of that will help. And tell them to get my freaking code working at The Real Shot, by the way.
Yeah, I actually was on their website the other night. They have a pretty nice website.
They do. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you just thought of that, Travis.
We can get you, dude. I know, because I'm not that motivated because my link doesn't work, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just ridiculous.
What?
But
that they can't
stop.
get.
Well, hey, how about this, Real Shot? I'm not promoting you until you frickin' fix my link. You're going live every night, and your link is broken to a place where you're going to get it filled. Are you serious?
I know.
Unacceptable.
I hear.
I mean, they should fix it. It's not.
No,
really
do not buy from The Real Shot until Travis's link gets fixed. You want to support the channel? Don't go to The Real Shot. And get that damn commercial off your website and the freaking intro. How about that? Take that, Mr. Real Shot.
They will fix it a lot faster.
Literally, what does it take him all 2 minutes to fix it? He'll take all the sales where he doesn't have to help you until you push him. Oh my God! What? That's it, bro. You're killing me.
We're good. I just want to say thanks for the.
I'm going to say it's the real knot right now.
Thanks for the PayPal donations tonight. I still have a bunch of merchandise too. You guys can get your Smallmouth Crush gear. Hunter's actually helping me with some shipping ideas, so I'm excited about that. I'm getting a little scale in the shop coming up. Yeah, it's I'm ready now.
It sounds like you're actually focused on the business.
Serious.
I guess it's sinking in, man, to that noodle up there, right, man? Good, man. Once you remove that, and you let it in, it's like you got hog syrup going into your brain right now, man. It's working. You're soaking in. It's like you're in a package, and the business's vice is soaking in. I love it. That's awesome.
Yes.
Jake says, dude, Hunter ships faster than Amazon. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes, not always.
No, fair enough. Man, you're a single guy.
I did fill an order yesterday, 3 minutes after it came in, but that's because I was filling orders already.
But, hey, man, I mean, Travis, I mean, we talked about it the other night, man. Like, these are like the emerging bait makers. These are the people that, are the backbone of American business, the small businessman. And, I mean, you're looking at one tonight, right? And I'm not saying stop buying Strike King or any of the big bait companies, man. But
no, they make great products too.
They absolutely do, man. But I just love that, Travis is using his platform to talk about unique baits. Somebody who's really thought through the design of the bait, right? And, just turning people on to some alternative thoughts, man. It's awesome. That's why I'm here. I love it.
Yeah, let's see here. There was, trying to see, there was a comment I saw, but I don't see it anymore. Disappeared.
I'm trying to keep up. When I start on my rant, it seems like we get a boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, mine's finally kicking in. Before it was really lagged back. I just stopped reading it because it was so lagged. You guys were talking about stuff that was 15 comments down before I even saw it. But now it's a little better now. There's still a lot of people in here.
Right on, man.
Yeah, that's true. What are we up to? Oh wow! I mean, I saw 400.
Yeah.
That's a solid crowd. No doubt. We'll be 3,000 views by tomorrow midday. Which Been having
100
a great. You guys, thanks for the support. I've been having a lot of. We went through the numbers, Eric, yesterday, didn't we, on my channel for the month of April?
Yep.
And because we're doing this live, my income's doubled just off of YouTube, and the subscribers is up. So that's
awesome.
It's been amazing.
See, that's what happens when you put the time in. That's like when I started my company. I probably, people were a little worried. I probably slept 5-6 hours a night, maybe. Some nights like barely any. Like I'd go to bed at like 4 a.m. Because I did everything. Like I don't outsource anything. None of the graphic work. Any of the packaging design you guys see. Dom and I designed all the baits. The only thing we outsource is milling our molds, and then everything else that's white label stuff right now is all made literally downstairs.
Sure. That's so cool, dude.
So,
you approached it with your hair on fire, dude. You were 100% focused on your business, and that's the fruits of the labor. There's no time in the day for distractions and other things. You've got to stay focused, man. My dad was a small businessman. He ran a business for 37 years. He lost a client once for 3 months, and they came back to him at the 91st day because the new people they brought in couldn't do the graphic design. Hunter, you'll love this, man. My dad designed graphics for multiple clients. One was the NRA. You can love him or you can hate him, but look, it was the National Rifle Association. He did the big game series.
That's a cool client to have.
Thank you, man. So he had that client for, I don't even know, it was like 25 years into the relationship. And a new vice president comes in and says, you know what? I'm bringing my graphics people in.
Stirred it all up.
No, check it out, man. So my dad's in a meeting with his associate. My dad ran Gene Galasso Associates 37 years. Design with purpose was his tagline. 3 powerful words for a graphic designer, right? Design with purpose. So he's sitting in this meeting at the NRA. It's a big conference room. Big oak table, man, with like 15 people around it. My dad is at the opposite end of the table, far away from the door. His associate is like next to him. And my dad can tell this VP is going to like fire my dad. My dad goes like this, closes up his portfolio and says, this meeting is over. Right in the middle of the meeting, dude. Gets up on top of the conference room table and walks across the top of the table out the door. His associate was like freaking out, man. So like 90 days later, they called my dad back because the guy that got the business bombed. Couldn't do it like my father did. Because my dad was 2 a.m. on press OKs, man, for $1 million print runs. I mean, dude, he worked nonstop. That's what it takes to build a successful business. Anything short of that,
people don't see it.
Anything short of that, it's mediocre at best, right?
Yeah. Remember when I started my cryptocurrency business, Eric? I was not sleeping for nights.
How'd that work out for you, that little side business? Because that's not your business. This business is your business,
I'm just
right?
saying, it was a bottle of wine a night and very little sleep for months.
But how did it work out? You're still working SmallmouthCrush, or else you'd be retired.
He's not driving a Lamborghini.
And that's the point I'm trying to make.
I don't know.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Yep.
Stay focused.
I mean, clearly it's worked, right? This week you've been crushing it on it.
Yeah, it's been good.
That's what it takes. If I don't go on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all that for like 4 days, my next week and a half to 2 week sales are horrible.
Really? Yeah.
Horrible.
Are you listening, Travis? Daily.
Like
daily
horrible.
content. Daily content.
And it has to be unique content.
Yep.
Crypto is worse than Herbalife.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
Travis, at least, maybe.
Travis knows now. I bet you wish you had those 3 months back.
Yeah.
And maybe the cash that went along with it. That would buy a lot of Zee Baits, bro, huh?
Oh, man.
Oh, Scheisenbachers. Man. Yeah, St. Chris, man, it's been an awesome week, I think, for us all, man. We all need something positive going on in our lives, man, you know. It can bring you down a little bit, but it's been good, positive energy, man. Great show tonight, man. Wow. I mean, Hunter, I loved hearing about the story of your business, how you built it, going back to the OG mold, man, seeing some of those freaking wood baits carved. Unreal, man. What a journey. What a journey.
Some off the after hours if you want.
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. Yes.
Sorry everybody else, but I can't.
Right. That's just.
It won't matter because they're ones that are never going to be produced.
Okay, I got you. Yeah,
but they're cool to see.
I would love to see that, man. Mm-hmm. I love thinking of freaky ideas and.
Yeah. So I think at this time we're gonna stay on as long as my guests want to hang out. We're 2 hours 15 minutes in. We're at close to 400. I think we hopefully provided a nice little platform for you guys that are not familiar with Zee Baits. Like I said earlier, I haven't had a chance to fish them. I met Hunter within last couple months, really.
Yeah.
And just a cool dude, and I like his shit. You saw me play with this in the fish tank. I can tell when a bait's gonna work or not without actually catching a fish. So I'm sold on it. I'll be placing an order later on, and I really appreciate you coming on. So let's open her up. Any questions? Anything like that?
Yeah. Questions for Hunter, man.
Any crazy
Rock them
stuff?
on in, man. We'll just open it up. Boom. I love it. This is the QA session.
Mm-hmm. Skype with your viewers. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. Yeah, Ray C, I am tired. I woke up at 2 a.m. It's not because I'm drunk or high. I'm just freaking beat. No, you look at me. I'm going to put me on the screen. If you look at these eyes, dude.
We were saying that before we started. That
I look messed
fresh.
up, dude.
Refreshed.
Totally.
Rick Amato, Hunter is in. Yeah, the order's working. How did you come up with your plastic formulas? What drove that? And how do you design your baits, with CAD or just wood carved? Any CAD design baits or all hand carved?
Yeah, so when it goes from hand carved, then it goes to the CAD work.
I gotcha.
To make it, well, it actually goes to Rhino or 3D modeling program, whatever 3D modeling program you want to use. Then it goes to CAD. Then it goes to CAM. CAM is what CNC molds read, or machines read.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, once it gets to that 3D model stage, that's where we're talking down to like thousands of like hair millimeters, thousands of it. Like,
that's crazy.
To get the little tentacles to have
Sure.
little indents, and you guys can't see it on here. There's no point even trying to show it, but if you get some armor crawls, you'll see on the ends of the we'll call it the plateau of the claw. There's little tiny swoops that go up, and they're both angled differently to grab the water, so it pushes the claw a certain way.
Nice.
So it's little stuff like that. You have to say thank you to the guys who do the design work, that they're that talented, that I went to college for it. I used to know how to do it really well.
Wow.
But I didn't keep up with it. But really, when you see a really well-designed bait,
sure.
The concept developers are great, but it's the guys who do that design work on the computer that if you have not a good designer, your bait's just never going to look. It's it's never going to look good. Someone that can draw not great it's never going to be able to draw really well.
Sure.
They might not be able to. So their drawings are not going to,
Yeah. Will you do an OG order by request? Like an OG bamboo shot single, or just not?
Yeah, I can. Usually we try to do. I do have some tournament guys that still ask for it every once in a while, right?
Okay.
Just send me an email or on our Instagram. There's a phone number on there, and it says you can text that phone number, and it goes right to my phone.
Nice.
And I can actually text you right from me, and I can text any questions you have or anything. If you have a rigging question, if I'm not too busy, I may sit down and actually make you a video on how to show you how to rig it, and that's going to go right to your phone.
Very cool.
Also, that text line, that phone number, you can call it. That's also the only text number that coupons go out through.
I gotcha. Can any new colors for the Bamboo Beast? And can you store the baits in your boat without thinking about plastics melting or getting funky?
Yeah, so the Bamboo Bomber is going to come out in quite a few new colors. Not a ton. We are going to have regular old watermelon here at some point.
Yeah.
Like a watermelon seed. We don't have that color yet. We will also have it in a what is it called? A green pumpkin chartreuse, or like a copper chartreuse.
Oh, dude, copper truce. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We love that one.
And then we are gonna make the bamboo bomber in that in the outlaw crawl, so a tomato red bottom with our green magic, which has like a blue pearlescent in it with red and gold flake on top, and then the tomato red on the bottom.
Right.
And then trying to think of the other colors. Now that we have the machine in house, we can kind of make whatever color we want whenever we want, which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
So we can come up with a color, and if I came up with it tonight and I really liked it and we made the formula, we can make it tomorrow.
What are the minimum orders on custom runs and not an OG bait, one that you can shoot a lot of baits? What do you have to do for a custom run?
It really depends on the bait.
Fair enough.
We do have friends that get together and have asked me, or like tournament guys will ask. I'll say it depends on the time of year. Depends on how busy I am.
What's your slow period?
Slow period is probably like summer, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
At that point, we have a lot of inventory made.
Sure.
I don't have heat in my shop yet because I can't afford to buy a big ceramic ceiling heater that would heat over the machine so we can run bait in the winter.
I got you.
And that machine, when it kicks on, it runs 4,000 watts. So
holy
it's sucking a bunch of electricity. So we try.
That's like a cryptocurrency server, Travis. If you know anything about that.
Just a big wide open gap, and it just like.
Good night. Wow.
But yeah, so it depends on the bait. If you're interested in custom colors, it's always a possibility. It just depends on the bait. I mean, obviously we're going to run more of these little guys in a single run than we are these. But yes, you are talking over 1,000 pieces.
All right. If you made a Smirnoff Crush color, what would it be for Travis? Travis, did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, that was pretty funny.
What we could do is a bamboo bomber that's like it could be copper gold on top, like the T-Rose bottle.
Yeah.
And clear on the bottom for drop shot.
Dude, what?
I just started drinking Tito's last week.
Oh, I don't like Tito's.
No.
Not a fan.
You know what we should do? You know what'd be cool? Like all the peeps I met at these fishing shows over the last couple months, I should get those guys on. Obviously we're gonna do that, but how about Cullen from Line Cutters? That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think he would be super in it. They've been doing a lot. I don't know if you follow them. You probably don't follow their personal pages on Facebook. But they've been doing like a live stream every Monday, I think. Because Vance, who owns Line Cutters, who are obviously pretty good friends. Well, I'm pretty good friends with him. You didn't meet him, I guess. But Vance is like, so he owns Line Cutters. Him and his brother do, and they're like a top 10 or a top 50 Shark Tank company. And so they work with other small businesses to like help them grow and stuff. So they're always doing like online meetings and stuff like that. So I'm sure they would. I'm sure one of them, if either one of them, I'm sure one of them would definitely probably come on. They love doing that. They do a lot of podcasts and stuff like I do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like freaking out, guys. My boat arrived, like I said yesterday. I'd like to get my power poles on it, my graphs on it.
I'd like to have a boat. That would be cool.
Well, you can buy mine, maybe.
Hey, Hunter, people were asking about your yak setup, bro. Talk about it, man.
Yeah,
and somebody asked
you guys in a picture, but I don't. You guys have probably seen it on Instagram, or if not, scroll around on Instagram, you'll see it, or go to our YouTube page. Maybe that's how some people saw it. I did a product video for lock rack, roof rack systems, an install video for them. And then one of my kayaks was in there. So I have a Bonafide 127 and a Bonafide SS 107 that are like the stealth Top Gun gray that are wrapped with the Zee Bait stealth American
dude, that's
got
to be hot, man.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Super clean. But yeah, I had a Hobie Hank Parker edition for anybody who knows Hobie stuff pretty well. That was one of the original Outbacks. Had it for like 11 years. Sold it for pretty much what I bought my new kayak for. And it was an 11-year-old kayak. It was in really good condition. So I bought the 127, and it's probably the most stable kayak that I've ever been on. It's not a pedal drive, if anybody doesn't know.
Oh, wow.
But it's it paddles really well. It's built like a pontoon, so it's super stable. You can stand up on it. You can walk to the front. I mean, I'm only 5'8".
Holy crap, that's crazy.
I'm only 5'8", but I've seen Chad Hoover from Kayak Bash Fishing walk all the way to the front of his.
What?
Pretty much.
What?
And he's a big dude. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Dude, that's crazy. Hey, who's the guy, Eric, that was fishing the elites, and he was like, "No, D. Clark, I'm not doing the shameless plugs. If somebody asked me to hold up this bomber, school bus yellow with black dot space, like really early in the show, not plugging a bait. I'm doing somebody a favor that wanted to see it. So anyway, there you go, man.
It's pretty cool.
We gotta get line cut or not line cutters, Filthy on board.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we do that? We're missing out, dude.
He was on live last night, actually.
There it is.
Travis.
I'm trying, bro.
No, you got to write it down. Put it down. Where's the notebook? Where's the show schedule notebook?
Whiteboard. Travis's live whiteboard.
Travis, where's the notebook, bro?
It's right here.
You need a count, man, by month, man. Just like Hunter was saying,
I could rattle off.
Visualize it.
I could rattle off 10 companies probably.
I would love that. I had a big night or a big day today. I had ordered my rollerblades.
Your what?
Rollerblades. I want to get back into rollerblading.
Like inline skating?
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric Jackson, that's the guy.
Eric Jackson. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
When I saw Eric
crazy.
When I saw Eric on the live stream, I was blown away. I couldn't look away.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what caught me. So then I took the time to like message him a big message on Facebook, tell him like, dude, you're legit. And I never heard back from him. So F off, buddy.
Yeah, he's a pretty
dude. Come on, dude. I freaking...
Maybe the guy was busy.
Yeah, it's like me. I probably blow a bunch of people off too, and I don't mean to.
It's
hard. It's hard to cycle through all those. And by the way, when you guys message these YouTubers on in their comments and social media, it's not them answering. Okay.
A lot of times it's not.
No, and they all think it is.
Some of the tournament pros it is, and some of them it isn't, or sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Mm-hmm. That's the confusing thing.
Most of them have somebody running their social media for them.
Yeah, and so don't feel bad when they don't respond. Right. It's because they just don't look at any of their direct
or it gets lost in the
the onslaught of.
It's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, I get a lot of messages too. So if I don't respond, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I just probably didn't see it, and it just gets piled on top of a whole bunch of other direct messages.
Or we see it, or we
email me.
We might see it real quick, and then we're like, okay, we'll get back, and then the next thing you know, you got 18 other messages before that, and it gets lost.
Yeah. Hey, I will. I'm going to say something real quick before I forget. I saw a comment. It went zooming by. Speaking of that, if there's something you really want that you see on the website that is out of stock. It may be out of stock at this point. I haven't been watching the orders come in. And I'm going to try and get as many orders as I can filled tomorrow. But I do have to run bait tomorrow. So, check back and maybe see tomorrow if you end up not ordering tonight. If you wanted to order some more stuff may come back in stock. I try to, unfortunately, because my tournament guys, when they call me, they're like, hey, I want 25 packs of this. I can't just
it's getting there, man. It's getting good.
Is it? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up to pre-2010 hair.
I always say when you Google search Travis Manson
Elite style hair.
Hey, Travis, you're getting like a lot of heat for ordering rollerblades, and what people don't know is Travis has been taking your comments on his chicken legs to heart. And so he thinks that the rollerblading is going to help him with, get larger calves because, part of Travis's hook set game is he gets up on his tippy toes and, he's feeling a little weak because he hasn't been working out lately.
Yeah, guys. It all happened.
So
one
building
guy,
up the calves. It's a calf muscle program.
I was talking to Eric about this earlier today. I'm like, One dude makes a comment about my calves, and I always thought I had nice looking fucking legs. And
it
now,
wasn't one dude, Travis. There's a lot of people
because
thinking those legs look like...
Because once one person says it, then everybody says it.
No, there's different people on
up.
different streams, man. You got skinny legs, bro. It's okay.
I got skinny legs, too. It's okay.
It's all right, Travis.
Better than having tree trunks.
Just put those red little ruby slippers on it and click them together and say, there's no place like big calves. There's no place like big calves. You'll get back there one day, bro. It's all right.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. I mean, look, man. I know you pluck your gray hairs, and it's good, man. Just let it happen. Naturally, man. Your calves are atrophying because you don't do the hook set regularly anymore.
Did you order a Walkman with your rollerblades?
Oh, my God.
Dude, and listen, dude. In college, I would rollerblade around Menominee Park in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, smoking cigarettes and rollerblading all night long.
That must have been a sight to see. Did you wear Oshkosh, bagosh pants with them?
No.
Like, did you have painter pants while you were doing that?
Did you eat cheese curds too?
I bet you did, didn't you? You like those? I tried them. Do you like, what is that thing called? Boudin?
Huh?
With the gravy? The cheese curds and gravy?
And guys
guys
think I dyed my hair. No, the sun makes me turn blonde. I never dyed my hair blonde, ever. Never frosted my tips.
Travis, no one will ever believe you on.
Eric, I swear to you, I don't know how to make this more clear to you right now. Everybody in the freaking world, my loyal followers, I'm telling you right now, I've never frosted my freaking tips in my life. Ever.
Oh, man.
Come on, this is from the heart, dude.
Have you ever heard the
see
expression?
That comment about Lululemon?
Yeah, I like Lululemon. I get that. That's fine. You guys can joke about it. Until you wear them, you don't know what you're missing.
I wear Under Armour. I'll stick to that.
Travis, stop. Just it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, man. Have you ever heard the expression "the man doth protest too much"?
Yep.
UW Titans. There we go.
Keep that in mind, bro. Poutine. That's it, Mike Dub. Poutine. Oh, no question. He smokes the spirit shad, right?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get.
No. When you were smoking rollerblade, it was a spirit shad, or were you a Marlboro man back in the day?
Nah, I didn't smoke, dude. I was just joking.
Oh, yeah. But you did rollerblade around the park
all night long, dude.
Listening to what and thinking about what?
I met my buddies, some girls. We just rollerblade.
I think the best part about this is that I'm wearing Bluetooth headphones, so I can be on the other side, clear across the office, and still listen to what the two of you are talking about. It's great.
Yeah, man.
No, first of all, rollerblading, inline skates is coming back.
They are. It is.
Well, you wouldn't think so, dude.
Longboarding is. That's.
I had to search long and hard to find a pair of rollerblades this week, but I got them.
It sounds like they're making a big comeback.
Maybe. I know. What am I going to look like in my neighborhood?
Travis, is when you eat it, it's not going to feel the same as when you eat it when you were 18 years old.
What do you mean?
People want to know if you had a fanny pack when you rollerblade.
When you played some curb.
Listen, I ordered my new rollerblades that are coming this week. I ordered them without the brakes, so I'm not sure. I watched some YouTube videos today on how you have to cut like a loop to stop, because my rollerblades back in college had a brake in the back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, these don't. The ones I ordered, man. I'm just I'm going for it. I don't care, and I'm not wearing a helmet.
Well,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's discuss the no helmet part.
Huh?
I got a lot of questions for you.
I don't need a helmet. Eric, go ahead, Eric.
Why don't you need a helmet? And then B, why no brakes, bro Haas?
Brakes are cool.
So I think you could stop with just the wheels.
That took a while.
How are you going to stop with just the wheels?
There's certain maneuvers that you can make to slow yourself down.
Let's discuss those.
I'm just going to learn. I'm going to learn it, dude. I'm going to learn it.
Are you going to go straight down that hill in front of your house right out of the gate and crash at the end?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I've never crashed.
Please GoPro it for us all.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's dirty right there.
Yeah, I just wanted to show people the bullfrog color, on video.
That's going to get smashed.
Yeah, so you guys want to throw this on a 4/0. I use a VMC, but one of those that has the 1/16 ounce shank weights or
weights. Right on.
It just keeps it like a little upright and also gives a little more weight so you can reel it faster. This is kind of a slower retrieve frog, so it goes like the legs kind of go like this. They kind of like go bloop, bloop, bloop versus like a bigger, deeper like gurgle. I mean, it's just a little different.
Comments are so funny.
They are, man. You get
You get wrecked, Travis.
it truly
Wow.
nightly.
Dude, they're not stopping right now.
This is the
It's
smallmouth
like
crush
little brothers,
portion.
big brothers attacking you. It's okay.
Smallmouth crush takes on a new meaning when this happens.
Oh man.
That I mean, you gotta admit, you gotta love it when they crush both of us.
Yes.
I mean, we all get flamed on this show. Hunter, I don't think anybody's flamed you yet. So you're doing great.
It's okay. Hey Eric, I'm gonna show you something here real quick too,
Show
which
me,
Travis would like too actually. So, actually, this is a bigger hook on this one. But if you take a big fat Ned head,
Ned,
right?
yeah, right on.
This is a. Hold on, I gotta look at the stamp size on it. It's a 5/16 ounce tungsten
Wow.
Ned head, right? From Swagger Tungsten, and they have like
how
legit
they hook.
nice hooks on them.
Oh, I like when they stamp the weight on a head. That's nice.
Yeah, his is the only one with it. I don't know. If
No, I like their swagger. I use their drop shots, dude. And
Yeah,
I
so-
like that.
the key is that nice bait keep right there.
Yeah,
So
man.
if you cut the bamboo bomber down,
Oh,
you can
dude.
actually put it to, I guess it wouldn't, well, you could do it to there, but it'd be about there.
Yeah.
And then you can, like,
Just
throw
mirrors
that
perfect.
for some smallies real deep.
Woo! Travis, you paying attention? He's just into the comments.
I'm reading.
They continue to
boy.
go. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, I like when the tungsten companies, I mean, I think Swagger Tungsten was one of the first ones to do it. With the whole weight stamped thing. But yeah, it's super convenient. Especially when you tip over your tungsten box and it goes all over the place.
At least you can get right. Then you can
Yeah.
get back together.
Because 1/16 and like the little teeny ones all look the same size.
Yeah, right on.
And like 5/16 and 3/8 look pretty similar too.
Yeah. Damn, that's awesome. Do you have a torpedo on any? Did people run those on kayaks?
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're fishing tournaments, if I fish tournaments, I would have a torpedo on mine. Absolutely.
Right.
Because you're competing against guys that do.
Sure.
If you have them, if I had the money to buy one,
Sure.
I would have one. They're, I think, don't quote me on this, $2,200.
Okay, got it. Do you run live scope at all?
I have a Helix 7 with side imaging on it. Yeah, I just got that last year.
You like it?
Yeah, super easy to use. Like I said, I've never owned a bass boat, so like my knowledge of how to actually use a graph is super limited. I know
Okay.
how to read one,
Sure.
but to like actually use it, super limited. So when I did the research on them, I'm like, all right, I just want one that like works well, is easy
Right.
to read, has
Yep.
great side imaging, is easy to change the contours and the tones and all that.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of Brandon Polnick videos. Obviously,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was running a Solix, which is, I think that's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
The high-end ones.
Yeah.
He was running that, but, he constantly just kept saying, like, the graphs, the menus are sort of similar, and they kind of are, not really, but it's out of the box. I think it's pretty easy to use.
Right.
The second day I went out with it, I actually, like, found fish that I was like, that's a fish. And
Very
caught a
cool.
fish.
That's cool.
So within 2 days, I mean,
Yeah.
our home lake has like some pretty wild structure because they flooded a valley, so there's like
Right.
houses and roadways. And,
Oh, neat.
I mean, you could definitely, without tuning it, it was straight out of the box. You could see that's a row of rocks, that's a tree, that's a tire, which is cool because for the guys who don't know how to use this stuff, like you buy this $400 or $500 piece of equipment. You're super nervous putting it all together. Like in a kayak, it's in my dry pod, which is right between my legs, and it's all the deucer's all in that, and it sits on there with a nice little mount. And yeah, you just want to get out there and fish with it.
Right.
I will notice though, I fished that lake my entire life. The second I had that, I was relying on it really heavily.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I came back and I was telling Dom and Chris Santoro, who's a kayak guy that we sponsor, like I was talking about earlier, he lives very close to us. I was telling him, man, I had no idea that structure was there. I had no idea that pile of tires was right there.
Sure.
Which is pretty cool, and it made me, there's massive muskie in there, and there's also tiger muskie.
Oh,
so
great. Cool.
It made me realize why the muskie sit in certain areas now.
Yeah.
So
what's your
cool.
biggest tiger muskie, man?
Not real big. I caught one. Actually, I have it right here. I caught one on a horny toad.
What?
It was like, I don't know. It wasn't real big. Tiger muskies don't get huge around here, at least. I know, but there's like actual like muskellunge in there. Like big, but they bring in from I guess like Minnesota.
Right.
And they're huge. Like my friend has if you search Marsh Creek muskie into YouTube, he has like the #1 most viewed video of him catching a muskie. Like it had to be 50 some plus inches at least. It was huge. Maybe 60 inches. Cool. But that lake's pretty deep. It's very tiny. I think it's like, I can look it up real quick. I think it's 600. Let's see, lake size. Let's see how big it actually is. It's tiny. I mean, you can fish it all day. It's 535 acres.
Oh, that's very fishable. Travis, you got to go live when you first put the blades on. You have to swear. Hold your hand up and repeat after me. I, Travis Manson. I, Captain Travis Manson of SmallmouthCrush, do solemnly swear to go live when I first put my.
I will do an Instagram post. Maybe.
I think you dodged the question. You're not gonna do it. You're not brave enough.
It's been.
You're not brave enough.
What's 2002 minus 2019?
Dude,
2020.
17 years, dude. 17 years. So you're gonna like practice a lot, and then you'll go live, and everybody go, "Oh, he's so cool, he could do it." Yeah, with that 17 years. Yeah. But what would be great and go viral if you f yourself up, and then you'll get like.
So I don't want to do that. That's one of my biggest fears. Is like hurting my wrist or my legs or not being able to. My worst.
That's interesting that you'd buy rollerblades.
My worst injury.
Yeah, I mean you kind of make money with your. You make money with your wrists, Travis.
My worst injury was.
Let me get skates that I don't know how to use with no brakes, and let's do that again.
My worst injury was I was getting a crankbait, an old crankbait that had a lot of sentimental value to me, and I was trying to get out of a snag. And the wind pushed me to a piling, and I fell and tripped on grafts. And
we saw that on camera.
I went to a skin doctor. Like, I had major issues.
I thought you didn't get sick.
No, I had an issue with the wound. It messed me up for a good year and a half, dude.
Year and a half?
Yeah.
You're fighting an infection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually scary, dude. Really, honestly, it is.
And I fell and tripped on that grass. We saw that on camera.
There's our leg. I guess his Bluetooth doesn't work when he walks 20 feet away.
Well, why can't I hear it?
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like reliving the moment, man. So, dude, did you buy the wrist protectors, given that you're a guide?
Oh, that's actually
I think I'll be fine.
Really, honestly, is.
Think I'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Check back soon, folks.
There's our leg.
Hunter, your sound's going in the background, bro.
Why can I hear it? I like it.
They've been on for 2.5 hours. Yeah, this is like we normally are on for 4 hours.
Right.
That you're a guy.
Phased.
Hunter.
No knee pads, no wrist guards, no helmet,
Hunter.
no brakes.
He must have went to the bathroom.
No, I'm trying to find this bait.
Oh, I hear him now.
Okay.
Whoa, Daniel, 40-mile-an-hour winds. Dang.
I was trying to find this bait, this soft bait, to see if Eric knew who made it, but I can't find it.
Dang. I love challenges like that.
I know you know a lot of stuff about hard baits, but I didn't know how much you knew about soft baits.
I have plumbed the depths, my man.
I'm sure.
I'm not saying I know them all, but, you know.
I can't find it.
I have plumbed the depths. Plumb the depths.
I have a bunch of, like, baits from, like, smaller companies.
That's the stuff that, I love hunting for unique styles. I mean, things that might have a secondary action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Piles of baits everywhere.
Oh yeah, I could dig into the vault for some funky stuff.
Have either of you ever thrown the Sprobe Rat? Just out of curiosity.
No.
Neither have I. I got a free one at the Classic, and I'm just like, oh, I'll take that. I've never thrown one of those before.
Are we still thinking of having Andre on? Definitely.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Why would
God,
I?
where's this bait at? Oh, wait. Nope, that's not done. It's a really cool swim bait. Where is it at?
Hey, Travis, what colors are good for old Huron, Lake Huron, man? You've got Erie dialed in, St. Clair.
I don't know anything about that. Oh, there they are.
Yeah. Same stuff, same colors, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You smoke purples, green pumpkins.
Okay.
Dark melons.
All right. Let's see here. Eric, if you can guess this, I would be incredibly impressed.
That was the big grub I just showed.
Let's see here. That's not a good one. These are handmade, so they're not like the best.
Well, you might stump me then, man, if it's handmade.
They have a nice pattern on them.
Dude, I recognize the pour, but I mean, maybe I've seen pours like that before.
Probably. They're like.
Does it have a hook slot?
It does. I got to open it up because they're head dipped so that the hook doesn't rip through it as much. But
very cool idea. No, if it's head dipped only, I wouldn't know the maker.
And they're like airbrushed. They had the little like side.
Yeah, I see that. Baby bass, man. Who makes it?
It was a company called Bigfoot Baits.
Never heard of them.
Anybody ever heard of them?
No.
Man, that's crazy. I love little off-brand makers like that.
Yeah, he doesn't make them anymore. He just never couldn't get enough traction, I don't think. He started making baits when actually I started making baits. And
oh, really? What was he known for? The swim bait? Was that his deal, trying to enter?
Yeah, all these like crazy airbrushed. These are the most like normal ones, but like crazy like airbrushed triple colored airbrushed swim baits. Yeah, they were really nice, but he was. I don't know. I think he wasn't charging that much for them. It was just the process took him so long to make them that there's just no way he was gonna like make a living doing it. But oh wait, here's some other ones.
Man, it's tough, man. I mean, like you know, I mean, getting into a crowded soft plastic market, right? You got some dominating swim bait companies, and to enter into that market would be tough. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So that's his frog, with the eyes and the sprayed bottom.
But look how long the legs are, dude.
I know.
Does that really kick?
Yeah, it does.
Good?
Yeah, it does. I mean, they're so long.
Wow, that's wild.
And it's pretty flat too. It's not very thick.
Yeah, it's not a thick bait,
which is cool.
Yeah. So he must have had a custom mold made or something like that.
Yeah, he was doing a small hand injection. So yeah, I think he definitely had some custom molds made. But I think those are like the wackiest baits that I have that are like not mainstream baits, or like what I would consider to be like not crazy big old baits. I use a lot of like cool bait underspins too, which is kind of another company that a lot of people don't.
I know about them.
Yeah, the Cooley brothers, they make some nice stuff.
They do, man. They thought about they have what was that wacky freaking lure on their site that I remember seeing from Cool Baits, man?
I'm not sure. Have you seen how big the biggest underspin they make is now?
No, what is it like? How heavy? It's giant.
8 ounces.
Oh, what? That's a saltwater underspin,
it's
right?
It's for halibut.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's huge. It's the biggest. I told him to message Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, snap,
Because
man.
I think
Wow.
it's probably the biggest swim bait or the biggest underspin sold, I guess.
It's got to be, right?
So,
Yeah.
so Hunter, what's your home bodies of water that you fish the most?
So, I mean, primarily would be our local lake here, which is Marsh Creek, although it's so packed with people, I try not to go. Chesapeake Bay. I'm going to try and fish the actual bay a lot more this year if I can. I was telling Eric kind of where we fished some. And then I do fish a private lake that's a couple private bodies of water that are right around the Chesapeake Bay, northern Chesapeake Bay, way north. I know Chesapeake Bay is huge. Some people think Virginia. It's in Maryland, on the eastern shore. So we fish a lot of private lakes there that we have access to.
Do you have to pay to get into those places?
No, they are private. Like, me and 4 other people have allowance to fish there, which is awesome because we catch like 2-pound crappie. And that's where, if you guys ever see any promo videos we make, that's the insight to where you can see those lakes that we fish. That's about all we can show. Really not even supposed to like fly a drone or anything there.
What? Really?
Just because they're trophy lakes, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, they're cool, though. I mean, nobody really fishes them. The fish, though, people go, oh, it's a private lake. It's easy to catch fish. No, it's not. We'll go there, kill it one day,
Sure.
and the next day you catch nothing.
Yeah,
Because it's big enough.
I found the same thing. Fishing a private lake versus a public water, you get your days and those fish just are not active.
And the fish are as finicky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you throw a green pumpkin bait versus a green pumpkin red flake, it's going to make a difference. But yeah, so I don't fish too many big bodies of water. I did fish Champlain last year with our nationally ranked guy Vince Humani from Pennsylvania, who fishes a men. I fished Champlain with him for a couple days. I do want to try and fish the Susquehanna some this year. Like I said, I've never really fished it for smallmouth ever. I know how good it is. I live vicariously through all of my tournament guys that I talk to daily about what fish they're catching. Fished Kentucky Lake on a kayak, which was for the KBF National Championship. I went and filmed 2 guys that fished that. That was wild to be on a Kentucky Lake with over 1,000 kayakers. That was pretty insane. I fished, some other lakes in Florida and stuff during ICAST. But no, I mean, primarily just fish those regions. I don't fish that much anymore because I'm always making bait or trying to, but this summer I am going to fish more. I'll try to get you guys some more, usually on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays in the summer, like midsummer. If you guys follow us on Instagram, a lot of times in the mornings I'll go on live while I'm on the lake.
Nice.
But I don't, I got to do it carefully to make sure people don't see where we are and stuff like that. But sometimes if I catch a nice big one, there's one where actually that's what I was using this for. That there's a picture of this on the website, I think, still, or on Instagram, and this is the one that I caught the 7-pounder on, which is pretty cool. It was the day we first went out to test them. It was me and 2 other guys on kayaks. We weren't on the same kayak, different kayaks, and we all caught fish that day on the twig and the slug, and I believe X swimmers. We were doing pretty good, but I don't have a boat, so don't go to massive bodies of water, kind of for no reason. I am going to try and fish Susquehanna though. Fishing that on kayak's pretty cool.
Sure.
Or with someone who has a boat, Travis. But
yeah. Let's go. I don't have a boat right now.
Oh, that's true.
Hunter, people want to know where you're from, man.
Yeah, so I'm from southeastern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Born and raised. I grew up 5-10 minutes from here, where I live now. Well, Travis would know. Closest, biggest town would be King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. That's the biggest town, probably. But grew up on a sheep farm. We had a bunch of miniature sheep. They're not super tiny, but they're pretty small. We had 40 sheep at one point, bunch of chickens, horses and stuff like that. So yeah, grew up in the same area my whole life, pretty much.
Very cool. Travis, where are you from?
Originally, Winneconne, Wisconsin.
Winneconne.
Sorry.
I'm keeping a list.
There's too many trade shows and people talking with accents that cracks me up all the time.
Yeah, Hunter, I'm keeping a list of Travisisms, and we got to have.
We publish a little book called SmallmouthCrush, Travis Manson Travisisms or whatever.
Isms, yeah, Travisisms. We'll start out with regulars. That's like people who come on the show regularly.
Regulars, the people who go to the boat ramp all the time. Regulars.
Yeah. In his opinion, he doesn't say
you shouldn't be throwing a stick bait in black and blue.
Right. And if
they should all be sentences of how to use them, but they should all be fishing related.
Right. People will start sounding off here. He's really sorry about the technical difficulties earlier.
Sorry.
And he especially likes to use his Navionics chip. Navionics is made by the Navy.
Navionics.
For anybody who doesn't know, Navionics. When he's fishing his, I can't even say it. How did you say Samatus baits? Samatus baits on the flats.
I throw my Samatus baits.
No.
When I'm fishing.
Samatus.
With my regulars.
I always wondered exactly how to pronounce it too.
Yes.
But I knew it was one or the other.
We're gonna when we get him on, we're gonna talk to him about if you're gonna name a bait company, you best make sure other people know how to say it.
Yeah, yes, Travis.
That is a big problem with brands. People not knowing how to pronounce it.
You know what? It's one of the. Has anybody read the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Rhea and Trout?
Yeah, I deal with that a lot when I deal with other customers I do graphic work for.
Right. People will be reluctant to buy your brand if they don't know how to pronounce your brand.
Yo.
It's an embarrassing thing.
What does that say? Samatus baits.
But you said Samatus.
No, that's what it is.
Samatus.
Well, yeah, phonetically, that's how it sounds.
I say Samatus baits.
That's not how you said it a minute ago. You're all over the map, dude.
I wish I could see what he's showing, but it's too delayed, so I can't see it.
It's right here.
I'll look at it in about 2 minutes.
It's
okay.
A little...
I just keep acting like I know what I'm like that I can see it, but I can't see
I'm about to get a snack, so I'm going to...
What are you getting?
Oh, there it is. I can see it now.
My kind bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
Let's see here.
Man.
Anybody talking about anything here?
No, just some random stuff. We're to that point in the night where...
Rapala.
No, this was a good show. This definitely was a good show.
Oh, man.
Rapala. So I call it Rapala.
I do too, but that's not what it is.
No, but even the lenders call it Rapala. Some of them.
The first time, or not the first time, was it 2 years ago? When we were at ICAST, they had their huge booth. We got there, got our little booth, and they had their massive 30-foot wall with a big old X-wrap down the side of it. Like the X-wrap picture they printed was bigger than the square footage of my booth. And
wow.
I went into their booth and I was like, how do you say it? Rapala or Rapala?
Yeah.
And same thing like Travis said. You had one guy that said, it's supposed to be said Rapala, but it depends on who you ask. So I don't know. I'm sure the people who own it would have a very good opinion on that, but
just go to the Rapala website and see how the dudes doing the shooting the videos say it. They'll say it right.
No, they all say it differently.
They don't really?
They do. I think it's Rapala. I like Rapala. To me, it just flows that way.
Yeah, I think if you watch different tournament pros, they all say it differently. Well, they either say one or the other, but they say it differently.
Yeah. Why do guys think I'm trying to push my leftover merchandise on the show? Just because I was wearing a beanie? Got this really nice camo Ranger hat, too, we're going to sell soon.
I mean, It's all
out.
good stuff.
I got a lot of stuff yet to sell, guys. I am going to have an independent auction in the next 2 weeks. And we're going to list everything we have for sale prior to the auction. We're going to do it right. Eric, you should probably be there.
No.
Oh, okay.
Only
I
if
have a whole
Jimmy,
box of stuff that I plan to take
only
to like
if
a flea market this year.
only if Jimmy Big Time comes on.
He might.
Then I'll come on.
Man, people really like to buy those slugs.
Yeah, right.
Sorry for everybody who keeps looking. I do have more, but I don't know how many I have.
Travis,
That was on my
What?
list of things to count.
Sandwiches Baits Sacks. Who's your favorite Green Bay Packer?
Oh no. There's two, isn't there?
I like Brett Favre.
Oh, that's a premium worn by Captain Travis Manson hat now.
I like Brett Favre. I'm not going to lie.
All right, cool. Langdon Firmstone said, "Man, there was some good stuff in that box you sold him." So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
no. He's not. I didn't sell it to him. I gave it to him, Eric. You made me give it to the college kid,
But don't you remember somebody else bought it for him?
the high school kid. No, you
Somebody
never.
else?
Oh, didn't see that yet.
Well, remember, that's how people when they donate to me and you never send me any of the donations coming my way. How does it feel, MFer? How does it feel?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Dustin Taylor wants you to explain the slug again.
Okay. I'm counting some boxes of
Oh, wait,
slugs here.
hold on. He's counting boxes of slugs, Dustin. Hold, please.
Try and get some more here online real quick. Yeah, so the slug is part of the Vital series, which comes in these bags right here, the green ones. Part of that classic bait shape line. So your Ned bait like that, right?
Yep.
Obviously has become an iconic classic bait, even though it hasn't really been out for that long. That sort of shorter, stubby Ned style bait versus our twig like that. So yeah, I mean, it's like your standard Ned bait. It doesn't have salt in it. It is made of that a very durable plastic, not the same formula as that white label, but it's part of that Vital series line. So it's still pretty durable. It's pretty buoyant. It will stand up. There's a video on our Instagram of this exact one in the tank bouncing. So it stands up. And yeah, there's how many come in a pack? 8? Yeah, there's 8 in a pack for $4.99.
Nice.
And they're made in America. Everything is made in America. Like all the plastics are made in
very
America.
cool. That's rare, right?
Yeah, yes and no. It's becoming more common now just because the people
really?
want the stuff made in America. The bigger companies like Straight King Plastics are made in America.
Okay,
But
that's
some
cool.
of their like jigs and stuff are made, I want to say, in Guatemala. Yeah, there's a huge there's a huge industry of soft plastics and actually jigs. A lot of jigs are made in South America, or not South America. Well, yeah, not a lot. I mean, like Mexico though, which is interesting.
Yeah, you think it'd be more?
I think that's where some of the Chinese manufacturing is actually gonna go to. I think, I don't know. Which just kind of seemed like maybe it would. Trying to see what color.
Costa Rica. Somebody wants a disco yellow and safety yellow 5-inch swim bait.
I saw that a while ago. Did you scroll all the way up, or they asked that
No,
again?
he's asking it again. I think my feed might be just a little faster than yours.
No, he asked that a while ago. There were so many questions being asked.
Oh, I know, dude. It's crazy, man. People are asking. Yeah.
Yeah, so, eventually maybe. I think, it's like Catech maybe. Somebody makes a similar swim bait, like them all. That's like an acid yellow. It's like semi-translucent. It has like let me see if I got it here. It has like not quite as much flake as this does on the bottom.
Yeah.
But like, because this is like blue on the back.
Right.
On the top. but it has like a little less. But it's not probably a super. I don't know. Where would you use that? Like super stained water, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good question, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, safety yellow. That's.
You could just does JJ's make a like a dye that's that color?
Yeah, I mean that'd be the way to do it, right?
Yeah, like didn't you do that orange or something, or like the red? You'd like dip the whole entire thing in.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good tip. I wonder where you thought of that.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh my.
Where are we going now, Travis? Let's go, man.
Yeah.
You're just into the comments. This is the part where Travis is just done, and so he just resorts to reading comments.
Did I steal all those hummingbird screen covers I have for sale? No. Every time.
Yeah, explain.
Every time you send a hummingbird product back, I just put it in bubble wrap and I don't put the screen protector on. And when they send me my replacement, I get a screen protector. That's why I have 6 of them.
That's pretty tricky. Why wouldn't you ship it with the screen protector on? Because you want a free one?
Mm-hmm. And
oh man,
I don't think it's right that I have to send my units back 3 times a year.
That's true.
Why do you keep buying hummingbird?
Why do you keep breaking them?
You need the side image, dude.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, sucks.
Isn't it incredible that one company just doesn't make the ultimate unit?
I know. I don't get it.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, you have to
when is that coming?
You have to have Lowrance for your 2D. You have to have Hummingbird for your side image, and you have to have Garmin for your live scope. It doesn't make sense.
And then you got to have 3 Garmins for your live scope.
Yeah, right.
or 3 live scopes transducers. That's just craziness. Mm-hmm. Think about it. To catch a fish.
I know.
Yeah. Hey Travis, what mounts are you using for your? They don't have the mount for it, right?
For what?
For the Garmin stuff, for like your.
No, I have the mounts for them. Yeah.
On your trolling motor.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were sold out. Or did you get some?
No, I have those for the new. Perspective view.
Yeah.
I have those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was talking to somebody today who said they were sold out till like June.
Yeah. No, I was able.
So there's like a bunch of guys like 3D printing them right now.
Really?
Well, like he says is like it's like a. Dude, the mount is awesome. Like adjustable.
Yeah, 3D printers, man. What?
Yeah. There's some people selling them for like $100 a pop, which is kind of not cool.
Mm-hmm.
He got his for like $50.
Wow. 3D printers, man. There you go. That's changing the game a little bit.
Yeah, we have some 3D printed baits.
Do you really?
Yeah, I don't know. Not like that you can like use. That would be cool.
Yeah, right.
But like this, it looks just like this. It's just hard plastic.
Hard plastic is what I'm saying. And then can you make the mold out of the 3D printed bait?
Yeah, let me go see if I can find them real quick.
That's pretty cool, man.
I mean, I know quite a few companies have done that. But because I do the silicone molding, which I didn't show you guys the silicone mold.
Yeah.
But where are they at? Oh, they're on Dom's desk. Dom's desk has all the design stuff on it. Let's see here real quick. And I'll grab a silicone mold. How about that?
Travis, you're not a fan of the 360 anymore? You used to be. Somebody asked that question.
Yeah, no, not after live scope. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah, 360's out for Travis.
I mean, 360 is kind of cool, but the live scope is on another level.
3D, yeah, true, right? It's like
wait till the next gen of live scope comes out.
Think about that, right?
Well, I've heard it's supposed to be pretty ridiculous.
For Lowrance?
No, well, no, not live scope. For I'm thinking Garmin.
Garmin.
Oh, Garmin has a new live scope coming out?
Well, no, not to get you all huffy. No.
Oh, it's coming, Travis.
It's coming, of course. They're gonna bring out the newest one in like probably 2 or 3 years. Of course they will.
Oh, they'll do it earlier than that. It'll probably be this summer. I have an inside contact.
You don't. What's gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, someone that told me that like basically exactly the technology that they use in fighter jets to track like heat-seeking missiles. essentially he was like, that's the basics of it. That's like how accurately you'll be able to see the fish.
Wow.
Because, I mean, Garmin does everything with, like, aerospace stuff. I mean, that's what they like. That's where they actually make their money. Yeah, I don't know, where the heck are these things at? They should have been, like, right here. Oh, there they are. I found them. I have a,
Oh, we just got a comment on my so breaking down new body of water, that video we did 2 nights ago. I cut it off at 50 minutes before it got crazy because I just didn't want that on.
Yeah, it does just kind of end, doesn't it?
I was not the best host of the show.
Moderator.
I said some things I shouldn't have.
No, the moderator did a good job.
Oh, right, Eric, you were the moderator.
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
I was trying to be Switzerland and make peace between those two boys, but boy, did they go after each other.
So I did not.
The egos, it's called ego.
So
yeah, you got to check your ego at the door sometimes,
sorry, that
man.
took a while.
You'll get your feelings hurt.
I decided not to post the rest of that video. Not that I mean I should have. I don't know. Sometimes I might wake up in the morning and I look at it. I'm like, we don't really need that. Because Eric swore like 18 times. That's why I did it.
Like I have. Oh, there you go. That's so that's a 3D printed one right there.
Yeah, so that's plastic, and then like here's the twig.
Yeah, neat, man. So so you design the bait, then you take it to CAD, and then from the CAD to the 3D.
So no 3D modeling, like 3D printing. If I wanted to see it like this is like a very cheap way to see like the actual size of it.
Oh, very cool.
These only cost like a couple bucks to have done.
That's so crazy.
These you got 3D modeling, then this, then once this is good, then you go to CAD, then you go to CAM, like for and then this is a silicone mold, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. See, so that's like, what I've seen a lot.
Yeah, like for like swim bait, like hand pours, right?
Yeah.
But this is a 2-part one, so it goes together.
Rubber band that thing crazy together. Shoot it.
Yeah, we use like some wood and then rubber bands. And like, there's like use needles to make the air vents. Like when you're molding it, it goes into like a cardboard thing.
That's
and then
right. That's right.
It takes a long time, a lot of skill to do it, but
man.
Yeah, I mean it's like the same idea.
Wow, very cool, very cool.
But it's the same way that like the hand pour swim baits are done, or like hold on a second here.
So what about the true hand pour, open pour? Super soft plastic. Do you believe, or is that now not necessary?
Yeah, like
316, baby, 316. That's
his baits are soft, right? That's why I put these over here because I knew the question would probably come up at some point. What that does is you got a really thick, wide-bodied bait, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this tail, right? And by doing that soft plastic, it actually allows the bait to stretch, even though it's that thick.
Yeah.
This is way softer than my baits are to scale wise.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so it allows that tail to go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But if you used like my plastic's too dense.
I gotcha.
Versus this is like not as dense. The durometer of it is like way softer.
Durometer, dude, that's very technical right there. Somebody's asking a question about 3D question. So is there a website to get 3D printing prototypes made?
Yeah, sure. What is it called? There's a couple of them.
Okay.
You have to have the 3D model done. They won't do the 3D model for you. And 3D modeling can get really expensive really quick if you're paying somebody else to do it.
Wow.
What is the website called? It's called Shapeways. I can put it in the comments here.
Cool, man.
It's not like a secret or anything like that. I learned about it in design school. We used to 3D print parts with what's called a liquid bed laser jet printer that would print it uses like liquid, like kind of sounds like milk, like that's kind of the thickness of it, and you like put it in there, and it has a ultraviolet laser, and it like goes back and forth, and it's really expensive. It's like $8 a cubic inch, which is like it's tiny, so a cubic inch, right? It's really expensive. But like when I was doing stuff for Under Armour and DeWalt, like drill company, we were or other companies, like that's what they wanted to see. They wanted to see the final prototypes. Like we did DeWalt's headlamp that came out.
Oh, really? That's so cool. That's badass.
Maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 years ago now. It's got like big bulbous things, so when you wear gloves, you can like turn it. It's in Home Depot. Like I have design files from that before it came out, and like we did that in college. So it was like they had an idea, they wanted us to do it. My teacher helped us, our professor helped us do that. We don't have any rights to it, but it's still cool to say that like while we were in college, we helped them design it.
What a great story.
Yeah, I didn't work on the project, but Under Armour has a phone case from a company called Zero Chroma, and it's like a workout band where the case goes like this and it turns. And the other guys that were in my design class designed that for Under Armour, like pretty much the entire concept for it, which is pretty cool.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So, Travis, people are asking for Baxter the Bait Man quite a bit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be awesome to have on.
I ain't got a problem with it.
Even though I've been on his live stream a couple times and you kind of got a little jealous?
I'll tell you what I'm jealous of.
Let's hear. Do tell. Yes. But you're going to get some next week, bro.
I know.
It's all good, man.
I'm going to go up there and get a taste of that, like, any day now.
Yeah, you're going to dip your beak in that smallmouth heaven, man. Mm-hmm. Gajo Baits. What's Gajo stand for?
I don't remember.
Fish, dude.
I know.
Yeah, I know you did. You're just playing. You're good like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be, I can't wait to get up there and catch about 800 smallmouth in one day. They're over 4 pounds.
That's your jam, man. Easy, greasy fishing. You love it.
Eric, you coming up?
My work's on fire, bro. I got to,
I wish I could go fishing.
I kind of got, I got business to take care of here at home, man. But send me some pictures. Hit me up on the FaceTime.
I'll be busy catching fish.
No problem. I'll try to call you just to make it easy.
Oh, man.
While your wife's home working, you can go ahead and fish.
I was gonna call a couple buddies. One, I don't know if he even likes me anymore, Ryan. I was gonna call him and see if he wanted to go up with me.
I think you guys might get in a fight.
No, not Ryan Salzman.
You got another Ryan you want to fight with?
No, I was gonna ask him if he wanted to come, but he hasn't called me lately, so we'll see.
What Ryan is that?
Bauman.
Oh, the fisherman Ryan.
Yeah.
Why don't you think he likes you anymore?
I don't know. He gets butthurt over community holes.
Community holes. Everybody thinks they have their own private hole. That's what they all think.
Very true.
Sorry, I just realized there was a bunch of baits that are not there.
No problem.
Talking. Yeah, I guess Ryan has some beef with some peeps, so I don't know if we can have everybody.
Ryan, which Ryan are you talking about, bro?
There's so many Ryans.
You got issues with more than 2 Ryans?
I don't know any Ryans except for one.
You got a third Ryan you got a beef with? You got a lot of beefs out there, dude?
He likes beef.
Travis the beef.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Travis, when you coming back on the screen, man? You just kind of happy to just hide behind the camera and just chill for a while.
He's leaving an empty chair and you.
I'm right here, dude.
Okay, why the name Zee Baits? Somebody just joined again. So it kind of was a combination of your partner's last name. How do you spell your partner's last name? Because I heard you say it, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah, E-N-Z.
Where's the Z? Oh, Enz.
Yeah, German. E-N-Z.
Enz. Cool, man. Okay, so there you go. Partner had a Z in his name, and the logo, since you weren't here for earlier, look at that logo. There's more than Zee Baits involved in the logo. Yes. Hunter's got a graphic design background, and it's cool when you finally figure it out. it's not just the Z. It's the hidden message within it. How many people do you think see that and come up to you and say, I really love your logo because I just figured it out?
Jeez, Jeff.
A lot less than you think. Usually like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like the green.
Yeah, right.
I met a bunch of guys that have bought hats and stuff because like their friend or their cousin or their like nickname is Z. And it's actually kind of amazing actually how many people like we meet but 7 or 8 shows a year. I probably run into about 3 or 4 people that buy a hat or a shirt or like just buy some bait because their name is Z as their nickname.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of random.
Yeah, that is random, man.
By the way, I realized that a bunch of the bamboo bomber colors were sold out. By the way,
yeah,
I was kind of holding them back because I got to fulfill this monthly subscription box, but I just put them all back in stock. So if anybody was like, "Hey, the color I wanted was out of stock," they're mostly all back in stock. I just checked to see what I had over there in the rack, but I'll just make more bait for the monthly subscription box if you guys end up buying them all.
Oh, nice, man.
With that 30% off coupon, which will never happen again.
That was awesome. You guys.
Well, maybe we could do it as anytime I come on SmallmouthCrush, we'll do it specifically for SmallmouthCrush. But
there
anybody else will get like a 28% off coupon.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, man.
Man, I want to fish this little guy so bad.
Dude, that nano jig's legit. Micro jigs, man. Before Missile Baits released it, I got into the JDM market and I was looking for different things, and so I started to step down my jigs. And, there were many times where I'd go behind a bunch of boats and grind out some good fish with a literally like a tiny micro jig. I'll show you the first few couple I threw. Like this Kitech, and I would cut the skirt down. What was the other one, man? This little Ron Yurko's finesse jig, little hair jig. Here's a good one. This little cobra jig. I mean, you can't see it; it's black, but it's tiny, dude. But good hooks.
I don't even know the brand of them.
Good hooks on them, man.
Oh yeah, they always have nice hooks.
Yeah, JDM, they really stepped up their hooks. So.
Yeah, well, they're so small too. I got some when we were up in New York.
Yeah.
From Lee's, I guess was it called Lee's Tackle? I think.
Okay. I think Travis took me there.
Yeah. Yeah, so his booth in Chicago is unbelievable because that's like near his hometown.
Right.
And oh my gosh, it is a 10 by 60 foot, so it's 6 booths long. And it's full of nothing but JDM products. Oh,
you're talking about Lee's Global Tackle.
Yeah.
He was one of the early ones to get into JDM.
John's the owner of that store. Really nice guy.
Yeah. I buy a bunch of stuff from him in New York each year. I bought some little tiny, like, spidery, like, puffy little jigs, like, kind of like crazy little things. Like, not this, but, like, tiny from him that are tungsten that are, like, killer, but I don't know who makes them. I can't pronounce it. But
the tungsten versions of like the micro jigs and stuff.
They're tiny.
Yeah, I mean, I bought some that were too tiny.
These probably are too tiny.
Yeah, I always struggled to find like a good trailer to put on like a micro jig, right? Because nothing was being made domestically. There was a couple companies like Conquistador Tackle. Here's another little micro jig from Evergreen. But I loved it when I got the they would use the really super small frog hair round living rubber. Yeah, I mean, these stupid things, man, I'm telling you, because they fish those pressured waters over in Japan. And then you have the Kitech monospin jig. I was really disappointed in the hook.
It's fine. It works.
No, yeah.
It's all opinion.
No, I mean, I got you, but I'm talking about for catching big largemouth.
Yeah.
So I want a stepped up hook on a micro jig. It's just very hard to find. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean the evergreen stuff is nice. Yeah.
And here's the MC jig somebody was pointing out earlier. This is one of my favorites because it does have a nice hook on it, man. and that's an 1/8 ounce. You can cut that skirt down, and that really becomes nice. It's not frog hair. Well, no, it is frog hair, but they'll make the colors that I want for our waters. Black and blue. You throw a little conquistador, the Zoom mini chunk on it, and you've got just a deadly combination going in pressured water. And sometimes in the spawn you step down. That's why that bitsy flip is so effective. A micro jig is an overlooked bait. So I know people get crazy when I throw crazy nutty stuff out. So don't buy it. It's all right. I'm not stressing. It's hard to carry all that shit. But sometimes stepping down, that'll get you the bite you need. So
there was a I don't know his name. Some other bigger YouTuber too did a video about throwing swim baits the other day and showing how the swim baits swam. Yeah. Was so critical, and then the size could be critical, and then threw a skirted jig in the bed and nothing. Yeah. And you knew the fish was there. Yeah. And that just proves to you that that presentation is really people argue with me at trade shows all the time about it, that I'll just use this, it works all the time. Well, it doesn't always. It's not going to always work all the time.
No, it doesn't. That's right. That's right.
Throw your big TRD and your DT6, and you'll be just fine on the Chesapeake Bay. Truth.
It'll probably work.
Okay, guys, shows are over, man. We don't have to do a spinnerbait episode, a buzzbait episode. Show's over. Hey, man,
this stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, none of Zee Baits, man. Why don't you guys just trash what's in your cart, because the show's over for 2020. Geez. I'm out for the night. Thank you, guys, and until next time, I won't see you on the water.
I don't even know what to say.
Hey, Eric, should we show them these that I just got?
Oh, we got to.
Well, Travis, I don't think you saw them earlier. Eric knows what I'm about to show.
Let's see what you got. What is that?
It's a crappie, man. Come on.
What? Man. Oh, you're back, Eric.
Yeah, Travis don't know nothing about this one, so I won't even show him. But for the people that are in the know, major tournament wins. You don't know nothing about it, man. You don't know nothing about it. But the people that are down and know.
I hope you're not going to show what I think you might be if you're talking about. Is it related to what I just swim baits?
No, crankbait.
Cranking.
Okay, good.
No. Plus some of the stuff you got in production, man.
Oh, yes, but I do know that brand. That brand makes something that I use a lot, and I tell no one about it.
Right. See, there's that little stuff, man. The guy up top sitting above you on Skype that ain't on screen texting right now, he don't know nothing about it.
That brand is... When I see that at a trade show, if I see them online, if I find them, I buy all of them that I can afford. They're very expensive.
We'll trade a few secrets offline without Travis. Because I'll give one to get one. You follow me?
Yeah,
because it's put money in my pocket.
They work. I was fishing on this one private lake, and man, it was cold, and every cast I was like, oh my god, what are these fish are stacked up? But whatever the vibration was on how it moved,
they'll be quiet.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't fish a lot of public water anymore. So.
Oh, you guys saw it, because guess what, man? I showed the name. I was just trying to get Travis razzed up, man. Travis, you can watch the film at 11, and you'll see the name of the bait, because I already put it out there earlier.
It's all right. Luckily, they're really expensive, so most people won't buy them.
You can find a lot of stuff. I mean, look, guys, you think this JDM stuff is expensive, but there's some good sites out there that actually have used baits.
Yep. Yeah.
And so, just like these, for all you 200 Bandit fans out there, I told you about the OGs. I mean, I think people probably knew about it. It's no deep, dark secret, but I love a faded bait. I love a beat up bait. It's just got some crappy hooks that I'd be changing anyway. Oh, yeah. Right. So I'm going to change the hooks out, but that thing is beat up. It's got, it's an older paint scheme. It's a little bit faded. It's a little raw. It's got teeth marks on it. I mean, I'm putting that thing in the game, and I bought that less than a brand new Bandit. Why not? When you see stuff come up that you like, and the same thing in the JDM market. You can find it on eBay. You can find used baits. You don't have to pay full price. It's the same bait, same action, as long as you can get a good hook. on it.
Yeah, Eric, those Zoom or were they Mans, the foam cranks you were talking about the other night?
So there's several. That you got the machine, right? Lure works.
Yeah, this one had like the little like indents where the like gills would be.
Oh yeah. So I think I showed 3. I showed the machine, which everybody saw, first bladed crank, and there's the other bladed crank, but that was a foam bait. He still sells like the big size foamy, but this is another one, and I think this is the one you were probably talking about. This is made by Dual.
It may have been Dual,
and then there was the Little Earl by Suddeth, which you can still find on eBay, and that's a super small bait, super tight wiggle. You sure it was foam, right?
I'm pretty sure it was a foam one. It looked like a mid-diving crank.
It wasn't this one, right? It wasn't that one, was it?
Well, I'll wait a couple of seconds till I can see it.
Oh yeah. I'll keep holding it up, man.
But I don't remember which one it was. But my point was when you talked about it, I had heard of some before. I've never used one. Yeah. But out of curiosity, I looked it up real quick, and because I know a lot of that stuff's really expensive. I say really expensive. Those older ones can be $20 to $80, right?
Sure.
And it was on eBay for like it was like $8, and no, it wasn't the one you were holding up.
Okay, so no, I mean that's my point. You can find, if you're down with exploring new crankbaits and getting outside of your TT Rapala comfort zone, there's a lot of great baits out there. And I'm not saying it to confuse anybody, but you should at least have maybe like one finesse crankbait in your box. You don't have to have 20. And
right.
There's plenty of good old American-made finesse crankbaits. I mean, Norman is one to look to, right? The newer ones, there was a production run where I could not get those baits to run straight, no matter how I tuned them. And so that really made me upset. So that's why I tend to look for vintage, older baits, because the quality control was sometimes better back in the day before they moved to manufacturing. I don't have anything against new baits. I still throw a Bomber Flat A straight out of the pack, and it catches them. You know what I mean? But there's certain baits, if you know what's up, I'm looking for the older bait. That's just me, man. And so I try to talk about it on SmallmouthCrush so you don't waste your money and buy a bait that got wrecked because they sent it to China. Nothing against China. They make fine baits.
Eric,
they ruin.
You did a great job tonight. We're past midnight.
Hey, we made it. That's it. Great show, everybody.
I just want to say thank you to Hunter coming on and explaining his lineup of baits.
It was awesome.
I think a lot of guys appreciated that. I have no idea what we're going to be talking about tomorrow yet, but I promise it'll be good. We're not going to let you guys down.
No, heck no. But it'll probably be a DT6 or a big TRD.
Okay.
Because if we got nothing else, you can always go back to that.
Hey guys,
Travis
don't forget
will be going over the whole
Rapala
line tomorrow night. Tune in, everybody. DT6 to DT20 talk by Travis.
Leave any likes and comments below. Hunter, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, Hunter, you did a great job, man. A little bit of hand for Hunter, man.
Good job.
We got to see some of the OGs, freaking carved mold, like crazy.
Loved it.
Yeah, I knew Eric would like that.
Oh, man. I love that stuff, man. I appreciate the work that goes into it and the detail. Thank you.
Yeah, and hey, if anybody has any questions, don't feel weird to email. Any email you find on our website, it goes to me. And yeah, I'll help answer any questions you guys have.
Travis, great idea for tomorrow night. People want to talk about rollerblading.
Okay.
It's pretty much your show.
Let me.
I may come watch if there's rollerblading. Oh man.
Chris Flay, I did see that Rick Clunn talking about the history of the Rico on Bassmaster. Dynamite. Yeah.
Eric, I just thought of something. Before I forget, remind me to tell you about a very unique lipless crankbait that has been developed. It's public knowledge, but it's not on the market.
Ooh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I know, but we'll talk offline.
All right.
All right, cool,
We
man.
will.
Yeah, it doesn't start with an R, does it? The company that makes it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
But maybe.
Maybe.
My brain doesn't really work right now.
No, that's okay, man. We'll talk offline. All right, guys.
All right.
Until next time.
See you
See you on the water.
on the water.